Koikimedia, we're bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Àwa sálára àgbáyídá, àwa ló láṣà àti èdè. Gbígbédè lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà o, àwa gangan ni bàbá.
Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
They never sabi wetin we carry for her.
But they move closer before they go sabi.
I said they never know wetin we carry for body.
But they move closer before they go sabi.
Ọ̀kín lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ, kìnìún ló ló lajú.
Ẹyẹ tó dorí kodò bí àdán ọ̀pẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́nu.
Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa, ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè kó Odùduwà.
Odùduwà kò bá lè gbé wá.
Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe gírí, ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀, ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé délẹ̀ ìlérí, ká wálé gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé, ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀, àwa ni ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tí yóò tàn káàkiri.
Pé ọmọ Odùduwà ni wá.
Koikimedia, àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wàá mọ̀ ní.
Kásá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wá kájé gbùgbà yín jẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wàá mọ̀ ní.
À ń gbé tó lárugẹ, à ń gbàsà lárugẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wàá mọ̀ ní.
News and sports ẹ máa rí gbọ́.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wàá mọ̀ ní.
Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. Koikimedia ọ̀rọ̀ lágbájúmọ̀ mi o, máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ o. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata o. À ń gbádùn rẹ, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi, ṣẹ́yìn ló máa fi dìbò tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé mádémádé, ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ o. Igbó máa wọ̀ gbàjòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ, àjòjì tó bá wọ bẹ́ẹ̀ á bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ẹbọra. Ẹ̀yin lọ máa náwó kóyìnbó tó dé, ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o, owó náà dẹ́ tún pọ̀ sí o. Koikimedia ṣàwa ní bàbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àdáńtọ́ àtúnpèrègèdè.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àwa là ń gbé tò lárugẹ, jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ o.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àtúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Ọmọ Oòduà ni wá o, tọkàntọkàn.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Ikú tí ó ṣe bí lébi òsì, àdìmú bàbá iyọ̀.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
We bring you work closer to your doorstep.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ o, tó ń kan kí oko lára ni.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àpèrègèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Gbogbo ayé ẹ gbọ́, àwa ní bàbá o.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá, ẹ gbé polówó ọjà yín wá o.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Odùduwà la gbé dání, òtítọ́ la gbé dání.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
A kì í sọ̀dálẹ̀, a kì í sóníkèéta.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
A dúró tán, a tún pèrègèdè.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Koikimedia, we bring you walk closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia is around.
To give us latest.
Is around.
To give us latest.
Ladies and gentlemen,
ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó pójú gbogbo.
ladies and gentlemen,
ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó pójú gbogbo.
Koikimedia is around.
To give us latest.
Koikimedia.
And a very good morning and welcome once again to Koikimedia live transmission as we embark again on the journey, the 16th day of the month of February. The time is just 11 minutes past 6 a.m. from London. As we continue the quest and the roadmap to the Yoruba's heart of Nigeria. Separation is not a war, but it needs a lot of conversation and it needs a lot of reasons why the Yorubas needs to exit Nigeria. Good morning and welcome. Share the program, invite your friends and family, and those that still believe in one Nigeria. Well, and a good morning and welcome once again. Moki gbogbo wa káàkiri ibi tí olúkálùkù wa bá ti ń láǹfààní àti fi darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní èní ìjọ Jímọ̀ Friday 16th day of the month of February 2023. Bí gbogbo wa ti ṣe mọ̀ pé lórí ètò tiwa níbí ètò self-determination la gbé dání, and it is our right that the Yorubas tí à ń sọ pé àjọṣe àwa àti Nàìjíríà tí òyìnbó kó papọ̀ ó ti ní láti padà sí bó ṣe wà tẹ́lẹ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ò tí ì yé wọn, àti pé àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ yé ó ní ìbéèrè tó máa ń béèrè pé ǹjẹ́ ọ̀nà yìí ṣe tọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti ṣe wà nínú Nàìjíríà for a very long time. It is a conversation, it is a discussion, and a jẹ́ pé kò sí bí a ṣe fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, oríṣiríṣi àwọn èèyàn ó ní ọ̀nà tó máa fi máa sọ pé ó máa bọ́ sí kò ní bọ́ sí. Yorùbá Nation Awareness is the solution sí ìbéèrè tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ń béèrè káàkiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nílé àti lóko. Òun ni the final problem sí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tí à ń sọ ní láti bí ọdún mẹ́ta. Kò wá ń ṣàwa nìkan ni a ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé kí Yorùbá kó dá dúró. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn bàbá kan náà ti ń sọ kó tó di pé àwa darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn látara pé a gbà fún olórí tí a tẹ̀lé tí a mọ̀ sí Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè. Mo wá ń fi ti Elédùmarè mo fi ń kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nílé àti ní oko. Mo kí wa pé a kú ojúmọ́, a dẹ̀ kú bí gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣe ń lọ ní ìlú tí wọ́n ń pè ní Nàìjíríà as it is right now. This platform engage, and this platform also has a lot of discussion. Adẹ̀kú palẹ̀mọ́ ti òkú tó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà tí ó máa bá wa láyé tí kò sí nǹkan kan tó máa yẹ̀ ẹ́. Ìyẹn ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tí a máa mú yìí. This time next week, we will be almost preparing to do the final ceremony of the beautiful mother of the CSI, bàbá wa tí Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè tó fi kẹ́ wa ní àsìkò yìí. Ànábì tiwa, Jésù Kristi tiwa, nítorí pé èmi ò rí Jésù and I never met Muhammad. A kò gbọ́ nínú ìtàn pé they came through, wọ́n dẹ̀ kọ̀tàn yẹn, wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ fún wa, wọ́n ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ fún wa. But in our lifetime, we knew and we met, we ate, we dined, just like báwọn kan náà ṣe bá Jésù ṣe when he was alive and when he was with us. Wọ́n fi Elédùmarè fi kí wa pé a tún káàbọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. One people, one language, one culture. Ẹ jẹ́ n kọ́kọ́ kí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe ọjọ́ ìbí lénìí láti ọ̀dọ̀ brọ́dà mi ní gbogbo Miami, Azeez. Mo fi Elédùmarè mo fi kí ẹ, mo fi ti ànábì ti gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti Ìjẹ̀bú Òde mo fi kí ẹ láti orí ètò tiwa ní Koikimedia. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe ọjọ́ ìbí. Mo kí Alájà Elias MBA. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí gbogbo àwọn Muslim Association of Nigerians tó ń bẹ ní United Kingdom. Mo kí gbogbo Christians Association of Nigerians tó ń represent Kristẹni ní UK àti ní gbogbo ibi tí olúkálùkù wa wà. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń bá wa ṣiṣẹ́ nílé gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti ṣe sọ pé kò ń ṣèmi nìkan ni mò ń ṣiṣẹ́. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ wa tí a gbà pé kí wọ́n jọ máa bá wa ṣiṣẹ́ lórí Koikimedia, and we are grateful to have them with us all the time. Láàárọ̀ yìí, we are just going to continue from many of our discussion that we've had in the past and that we will continue to have presently. Mo kọ́kọ́ kí ìyá tó bí mi torí pé many of us will probably not have known me. Tírú ìyá yẹn tó bá jẹ́ pé nígbà tí àwọn ń bímọ wọ́n ti ṣu wá dànù, you will probably not know ẹni tó ń pè ní OLAYOMI Koiki. So I'm grateful to my mom, and I'm also grateful for her for the support and the love that she has put in, not just for me, but for the love for the Yoruba people. Nítorí pé èyí táwọn náà ń ṣe nínú ìrìn àjò yìí ló ń lọ lọ́nkán. But we wouldn't have been able to also have somebody like myself if I don't have a very strong family. That means my wives, my children, and the network of families. There are some families that we have stopped talking lórí ọ̀rọ̀ pé mo gbé Yorùbá nation dání because they believe that it is not worth fighting for. But that does not mean that they are not part of the family. Kódà a ṣì lára àwọn tó yẹ pé they are still working and also doing their own thing when it comes to the present APC. Yoruba people have always been in politics, and that means our engagement with politicians will never stop. As much as many people will always come up and say, olóṣèlú lẹ́ ń ṣe iṣẹ́ fún and all this, it's entirely up to you, whatever you want to say, but everybody knows that Nigeria is not working, and it is not likely to work regardless of whatever the English tells you. The English knows very well that Nigeria is not going to work, and it is never going to work. But one thing we've got to remember is that we all have a role to play. I am just playing my role, and I expect you to play yours as well. And that literally means that we will not agree with everything that I am doing, and you don't have to agree with everything that we say. But indices and indications have always proved that kò sí bó ṣe lè pẹ́ tó, the Yoruba people would exit Nigeria. Ọ̀nà tí a máa gbà àti bá ṣe máa ṣe òun ni ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tíì mọ̀. And that means these are the questions that people continue to ask. Ìran Yorùbá tí ń bẹ prior before the British came with their lies and told us that we are Nigerians. We are not Nigerians. We are the Yorubas that have existed thousands of years. The English people knew who we are and decided to merge us with crazy other individuals, mostly the Fulani terrorists that have decided to take what belongs to us. It is not going to be an easy task to dissolve Nigeria. Omawani, different stages. People will term it to where some of us just want to make money. Some will term it to all other things, depending on Enitie Bamba Soro. Some will even say that it is never going to happen. So why waste your time trying to fight for something that is not going to happen? So look at the different things. Once again, happy birthday to my brother, and happy birthday to, oh, I didn't even know that I didn't switch that. So that's the, one thing about working with your own. I thought I actually closed my screen, but since we're not doing anything behind the curtains, I was just trying to make sure that my chair was not reflected back to the screen for those of you watching us at home. But I didn't realize I didn't close the screen. Good morning once again as you're joining. The only thing you can do is to share the program and invite others to come and listen. We're streaming on almost 9 different channels. But if you don't share it, because most of you share your Christian messages and Islam messages and other messages depending on what you're watching. But when it comes to conversation like this, we struggle to get people to share the program. I don't know why. Maybe for their own selfish interest. They just don't want anybody to know that they are listening to something like this. Look, it has come to the stage that everybody will say something, even if you disagree with what we are saying. So please help us to share the program. I am OLAYOMI Koiki, popularly known as Koikimedia. I'm sure most of you know by now. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and that work is still ongoing. The work that we are doing today might not literally line with so many people, but one day many people would be happy that we stood our ground and fought those that think that they own us, especially the European countries that have told us lies for thousands of years. We've now been able to know that the lies that the West have told us is crumbling on them, easily. But it is not going to come easy fighting this particular journey. It is going to entail a lot of conversation. Part of those conversations is exactly what we've been doing by asking Nigeria. Who owns Nigeria has always been the question. Does it belong to Nigerians or does it belong to other countries around the world? Shout out to many of you that have joined us. As I say, we appreciate you for being there and being able to know. So Mukakoloki Babawa Oluwa Shoneye Victor says, good morning, sir, Mr. Koiki. I say good morning to you as well. Emiola Adewale Oluwashem says, good morning, sir. Mr. Kazim Adeniyo also went to say, good morning, brother. Yoruba nation not going back. Also, a very good morning to those of you that have joined us. We're streaming on the Twitter, and also know that we have those that have joined us on the Mix LR. And I say good morning to those of you that have joined us as well on the Twitter space. We are live on Instagram, OLAYOMI, Koiki, and Koikimedia. And like I said, we're live on other platforms on the Koikimedia, the Dua, Facebook. Olatunji Nuruddin says good morning from the Aluka page, and many other platforms that I'll catch up along the line. We are also streaming on the backup channel called the Koikimedia WD76, which a lot of you have pushed us to 1,000 subscribers, as against also 43,000 that are following me on Koikimedia YouTube channel. Shout out to Olakunle Grandma Comfort Adeleye. Nigeria has been a pain, and it will remain like that until the amalgamation. We have people who they've been part of this movement, but they're also probably not would agree with us. And that is the other section that says that they declare Yoruba nation under Dupe Onitiri, the 419 woman that came into the movement. To say that you declare a country, but yet need access to take over the government of the day, shows that you don't have a country yet. You only have a country when you have access to your resources and access to your land and be able to control it as well. So, for the benefit of doubt, for those that say that they have a country, I say again, there's nothing called Yoruba Nation country yet, but it is still work in progress. We are definitely Nishebi and Biafra, because some of them might come up all the time and say, we are no longer doing this movement because of Tinubu. That is their own cup of tea. That is the reason why we are not the same. So whatever they say, if you're a Yoruba man, just ignore them, because some of them, we know that they are just probably angry that Igbowo is out there. Tinubu has not released Nnamdi Kanu. We hope he will do, just as he has allowed the case between the federal government and Showore to be dissolved. We did not, Alakola Koba Nnamdi Kanu. We are not the one that told the government of Buhari where Nnamdi Kanu reside until he was kidnapped. So the pain is still there for the Biafrans that have gone also to support Peter Obi, but they want to use their own to say that we are the cause of their problem. There will never be unity between the three different major ethnic groups. We are not tribes. But there are some that are still probably going to align with us. Like Simon Ekpa have never come up to say he doesn't speak to Igboho. They speak behind the curtain. But the gullible ones will be the one who will comment, they will attack you. We also have some Yorubas, like the Think Yoruba First, that think that they can use their bigots to bring amenity between these beautiful Igbo people and the Yorubas and the Hausas. If you think that people hate each other, go and live in some of the European countries and you will see hatred, that we don't love each other. The English knew that before they merged us together with the Igbos and the Hausas, and this is the reason why we are trying to change the narrative. So, if ever come across both sides that are fighting each other, that is exactly what the British wanted. They don't want us to remain united. They want us to hate each other so much that we will not be able to fight this cause together. There is no voice on the MixLR. Oh, I'm so sorry, my mic was muted. It is important that people always tell us these things, because sometimes we work with the MixLR without a voice, but I guess the voice is back. Apology to those of you there. Allow Baba, and we've run already 26 minutes. So you can see why it is important that we do sound check and everything before we go into the program. Good morning, Mr. Said Balogun 89 on the Instagram. Most of those on the Instagram, do not comment a lot, but we know that you're there watching quietly. Kenzie Abiola, good morning. James Olajide, good morning. Mr. Demola Olamilekan, good morning. Mokibu Wenti Shaki, good morning, Mr. Olaiton Olatayo. Allow Baba, thank you so much for indicating that there is no sound. I guess the audio, I can see the mic moving now. So please double check again and let us know that you can hear me loud and clear. Ayomi Kundamiju, my brother, African Confidential loves the Eagles just like I love them. I might not like everything about them in terms of the way they operate drug operation in Nigeria, but we also know that Tinubu is a drug addict, and not just a drug addict, he's also used drug money that went through his account. All this is verified, but American government refused to release the details because it will be a great damage to Tinubu. He's a certificate forger. He's the one that brought Buhari on horse. So we are not the Yoruba that would defend him, but there are some Yoruba that will defend him to the last day. Some of them have regretted it now. I'm going to speak in English and Yoruba. So like I always say, my platform is not for Yoruba alone. I'm speaking to the international community. But Yoruba Mawa, so if you don't understand the Yoruba, it's the same thing when the Chinese speak and they don't understand what I say and what they say as well. So you have to bear with us. So many times people send us different videos and they want us to watch it, maybe because of different things that contain in it. Just like you are sharing my video to people as well, they'll probably watch it and say, that guy, don't worry about him. I came across one video, Chief Toladeni Ishini 3 months ago. I would just say that after watching the video, I realized that some of them are paying. Ogumala Biodun, Comrade Plan B, good morning to you, sir. I'm not going to come and say anything against it. But after watching the video, I realized that Taban drew away some of these, our Yoruba elders, that think that we must engage our king before we leave Yoruba to become a full independent country. There are a lot of things they said. I'm not going to play the video. I hope some of you have watched it. It's 3 months ago. It's not a new video. They really talked against Babakitoye and some other things. That was very shocked, to listen to some of the utterances of what he was saying regarding even some of the work that we have done. But Ibrahim Babangida, they've done their best. I didn't even realize that he worked with the government at some point. It was only in that interview I realized that Chief Toladini also worked in the government, because he said in that interview he was one of those that moved Lagos to Abuja and blah blah blah. But in Yoruba, these are still Yoruba elders, but they've done their best in their own way to understand that telling me to wait for Jesus Christ and Muhammad to come before we get to the Yoruba nation, they are joking. This is why the generation of today will go their own way. Láti ṣe, mo kí Pastor Mo, good morning, ma. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa. It is 6:30 a.m. The children are on holiday, so I am streaming from home. It's a mobile studio, so when my children wake up, they might need breakfast, they might need my attention, and I will have to attend to them because I am operating from home, as many of you know. So in case you start hearing those sounds and you're not comfortable, you might as well just disconnect, because I am a family man and I love my family to allow me to do what I'm doing. So I'm not going to try to put the video in this broadcast, but we will still appreciate Chief Toladeni for some of the work he has done. He has been very firm that the Yoruba needs to go, which is where we both agree. Even if he's saying some other things that I don't feel comfortable with, it's fine. It just shows that at least Ile Ayetawa, we will always agree and disagree. But one thing is, we are the new generation. Am I going to wait for the king to give me a full order before we have Yoruba nation? I will say no. Because all those kings are all sold out. It doesn't matter whether first class king, second class king. They don't have the tenacity and the balls to dictate in the new in the country that we live today. I want power war need what it takes. They don't have the balls to come out this morning and say we are not part of Nigeria anymore. If they do, we will give them the full support, shoulder to shoulder, and we will stand with them to fight it to the last man standing. But we have kings that have become politician kings. That is why they can remove them. And the politicians that are there for 8 years will just talk to a king, and you wonder, the same people like Chief Tola Adeniyi is now telling us, we can't also oh yes, when people say they were not consulted, what do they mean they are not consulted? So you want us to go and tell them in their palace when they know that the country that we were all joined together is not for us. I just wanted to start on the note with that before we talk about Babangida saying that there will be a military coup if Tinubu blah blah blah. So mo kàn fẹ́ jẹ́ kó yé gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá dáadáa pé they are our fathers. They've done their best, just like the Afeniferes have done their best. But we are now another generation, a far generation from those that also enjoy under Awolowo. We're talking about the Fayoshes of our time, the the Benga Daniel. I saw Benga Daniel at the Senate. He has been a governor. So they are the same corrupt individuals that doesn't want to leave the corridor of power. The corridor of power is very, very unique. And when you are in the corridor of power, you don't want to leave it. People like them doesn't want Ogumola say our fathers indeed. They are still our fathers, but we will probably not listen to everything that they say. Even the real father that we love so much, Bakitoye, he knows that people like me are ready to fight. If I have to be trained to carry weapon to fight to defend Yoruba land, I am fully ready. I don't know about any other person. That is how determined we are, and it will probably get to that stage that some of us would have to carry weapon to defend the territorial ground of Yoruba land. Just as young Fulani terrorists sponsored by the Dangote of the day, the BUA, and so many others from the northern part of the country to fight against us using their own children as well. Yesterday, I saw the Borno State governor release another 500 Boko Haram terrorists just because they swear to Quran that they will not be able to commit crime anymore. So that is on the Chief Tola Adeniyi. I'm not going to stress too much on it. Like I said, they have their views on how this movement started, and whether they agree with everything that we say or not is entirely up to them. When they were even talking, nobody heard them because they could not get exactly the kind of message that they wanted to portray, which we helped them to. Most people never knew most of them, like also the one that called himself, what's his name again? I remember. There's another one like that that says he's been running Yoruba Nation campaign for 30 years or whatever. Senator Victor Taiwo. Nobody knows them. But we were able to use the new media called the social media, which is much powerful than the mainstream media. Even the mainstream media is scared of the social media. And even not just in Nigeria, around the world. That is why people like Tucker Carlson was able to travel to Russia, had a very great interview with Vladimir Putin. And it has been one of the most exclusive interviews that exposed the American government against what they've been saying about Putin. Because we are now able to balance and say who is the bad guy and who is the good guy. So that interview allowed us to view as intellectuals and see things from different sides. So that is about it. In terms of where we are today, many say that the Yoruba nation is dragging because Tinubu is in power. Some even say that the Yoruba nation movement is dead on arrival. But the question is, the Yoruba nation movement is an ongoing movement until we finally find the roadmap. That is why I'll continue to use the same phrase, the roadmap to the dissolution, the amalgamation, the breakup of Nigeria, the union that has never worked. But lately, in the last few hours before I was coming on air, I got one or two emails, no, WhatsApp message that came to me. I read it from one of my brothers that sent it to me. I know his stand is with Tinubu because some of them believe that Tinubu will be able to rewrite the history that the Nigerian government that was forced on us. What we signed for in 1957-58, the Lancaster House, is not exactly what we are using today. But before I do that, let me first ask for funding again, because many of you now are looking forward to Koikimedia next week. I'm sure some of us are. Maybe not everybody. If you're one of those that think that Koiki, we will be looking to your live event from Igboho, we would also need you to dip your hand in your pocket voluntarily and please donate. As we speak right now, we've not made all the full arrangement for the 25 staff that we are sending to Igboho 25. So what do you want to get if you're not traveling? You can't go, I cannot go. But those that are on the ground that are ready to go on our behalf, how do we fund it is the question. Monicolo Cheki, the Glow, I'm not advertising for Glow, but that is the only network that I'm told. And this is also maybe for the benefit of those of you that will be traveling. We've sent our team about 2 weeks ago. They went there, we did a lot of tests of different things. And as much as network that works there might not be the same that you might think. So when we got there, we realized that MTN works, but not to full. That means we will need Glow, which is the Itono Shisheni Bedada. So land on money call us a Glow office so that we can find out the kind of what we can buy. It's going to cost us 25,000 naira to get the router that will give us about 120 gig of data. There's another one that is just like the one that is hand one, is 18,500. My question then is, if we are going to be in Igboho, at least we will be there a day before Thursday event starts. And we expect my team to be online, engaging us, talking to us from Igboho in terms of reportage. How do we want them to work if we don't even have internet that they're going to use? So this morning, for the next 20 minutes, at exactly 1 hour, we will then go back into the program. So from now, it's 40 minutes on the thread. I want everybody that can afford it to help us start your little contribution into the Naira account. If you're going to send it to me in the UK, I will then send it through my own apps after the program this morning. But it doesn't matter how small. We need to raise that money before I can even go further into any conversation again, because like I said, the operation is a big one for me because I see it as a big event, an event that needs to be brought to us, especially people like us that are not traveling, so that we can be able to watch it. While I will be back here in the studio, there'll be a lot of work that I'll be doing to support the team on the ground. But the question is, how do we get the team to Igboho to be able to fund these? So the first bank account is the one scrolling on the top, and I'm going to be calling it out for the benefit of those of you that will be contributing this morning. And then, so it's not because we're forcing it on you, we're pleading so that we can be able to fulfill this mission. If by end of today, tomorrow, a few days, and I see that we have not really done exactly what we will be able to do, we will still push, but it will just indicate that some of us just want to come and watch the program and go because we're not interested in anything. But some of us that are interested will be able to fund it. Funding the media, I've said it again and again. This Koikimedia is specifically donated to Yoruba Nation from the last 3 years going to the 4 years. And I don't have any reason to change that today. We've survived the 4 years with all kind of narratives on this platform, but we are still holding onto it. And this is the reason why I will plead again this morning, so that if you're one of those that can support, it doesn't matter how much, nothing is too much. There's a lot of activities that we will be doing from Igboho and Akure. We were at the Akeredolu event yesterday, and we continue to pray for the family of Akeredolu. We're not paid for the Akeredolu event because we see Akeredolu as a Yoruba man. He died. We didn't agree with him, but he did his best while he was alive. So that means I have pulled back some of my team to stay behind between Akure and Owo to cover Akeredolu's burial during the next couple of weeks, which is starting from yesterday up to next week Sunday. So it's a very busy time for me. There's a lot of coordination that I've been having with my team. We didn't have enough money, so that means I could not send the last item that should have traveled to Nigeria for my team. Things that they will be able to need to work with, the microphones, and some of the other few things that I prepared for them because we didn't have money. That means I couldn't send it. But if I have anybody that is traveling out of London or UK in the next few days, if you're able to help me to carry this, I would appreciate. Please reach out to me so that somebody will meet you and collect it from you so that my team can be able to have the rest of the gadget to work with. Every day I come out, I say we should be funding this platform. Some probably say, we're not going to fund it, we just want to listen to you and walk away. While some say, we don't have much Koiki, but we will support. These stuff should have been sent last week for it to have arrived this week. But now it is already late that even if I send it through my normal cargo today, they cannot get it anymore. So the last lap I have now is Ibrahim Babangida that can help me to take these. I will appreciate. Reach out to me and I'll be able to get it to you. Even if I have to come to the Heathrow airport and give it to you, I will do that. Many of you waiting for BBC, Fox News, CNN, NBS, NBC, Al Jazeera to come and take this kind of job that I'm doing, and those that are also working towards the liberation of their people. They're not going to do that. They don't have the time for that. They don't want to use their resources for such. They are so engaged and busy with so many other things. So those ones will only come on board when we get to the M1 route of the Yoruba Nation. That is when they will invite people like me and others, speakers, to come on their program. They will find us. Don't worry, they will find us. They know, these are researchers. They know how they will get in touch with us through email, and they will invite us to come and say what needs to be said about this stage. But where we are right now, they will not engage us. So if you're one of those waiting for any of these platforms to come and talk about us, you are going to wait for a very long time. But like I said, you have the Koikimedia, today, tomorrow, until further notice, to bring the world closer to your doorstep, as not just from Igboho, but many happenings in Nigeria. There are concerned Nigerians that will be protesting on Monday in Ibadan. They've reached out to me through their coordinators, and I've assured them that we will be going out with them on Monday, God's willing, inshallah. So maybe in case, because I know some of you are very, close-minded. Your hearts are very close. Whatever needs to be that will bring down Nigeria, I will support it. Not literally because they say they are concerned Nigerians and they still believe in Nigeria. And I'll not say, oh, they've reached out to me. I should sit back and not allow my media to be used to support them. My media will go out with any organization in Nigeria so that we can use it to showcase to the world that in case, just like we saw how the Tinubu and the Sanwo-Olu sponsor the killings of innocent lives in Lekki Tollgate, just like we saw how in Oyibo, their governors in the southeast, the criminal ones as well, killed innocent lives. So this is where the media would also be able to be showcasing these. So just in case, sometimes you come across that on my platform. I am under the leadership of Professor Adebanji Akintoye. This is a live transmission coming from London. It's coming up to almost 7 o'clock in the morning. I am under Professor Banji Akintoye. I take orders from him. I believe in him. I believe in his leadership style. I trust him. I will stand shoulder to shoulder with him, regardless of whether people like Chief Tola Adeniyi criticize him or not. Chief Tola Adeniyi says a lot, like I said at the beginning of my program, but yet we are still not going to say to Chief Tola Adeniyi that he is not a Yoruba man. Whatever he says against Professor Banji Akintoye is maybe because they just need to sit together and talk about it. So bear with me. So that is about that. So let me see. Again, I'm sending because one of my team is traveling this morning to somewhere we're not going to disclose, and that means every day, these young Yorubas that have dedicated their life for us as well, because traveling between Nigeria is also very risky. We have a female that traveled just as we have the males that are traveling, but I don't disclose their movement until they get to their destination. So that is what I'm just dealing with behind the curtains. So let me say, if you want to support us, we still have another 11 minutes to raise fund as well. On a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, regardless of whatever you are donating, we appreciate it. We say thank you so much for putting your trust in us. Without you, there is no what we called this platform, Koikimedia. Koikimedia, like I said, is a platform that you should all reckon with. God's willing, the more funding that we have, we will be able to do more for humanity's sake. If you're a Biafra, you can also support if you have to. But one thing is, even if nothing comes in, I know that we will fund it until the last day. When we eventually leave Nigeria, I have a lot of ways to make my own independent money. Either through advertising. I was watching the American football that they played over the weekend to do adverts. In that, it was the most watched event around the world. 125 million people viewed it. So to advertise in such is very expensive. So we will make money through advertising and all kind of different endorsements in the near future. But lately, the Koiki media rely on the public to fund this journey. And we trust that our people will fund it. We know that you will because you have always proved to us that you can. But one thing is, let us not stop funding. So, èdè tiwantiwa fáǹfààní gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbọ́ wa tó ń wò wá. Orí ètò Koikimedia ni ẹ wà yìí. Fún ìṣẹ́jú mẹ́jọ tó kù kó tó di pa wọnú ètò tàárọ̀ yìí lọ, a tún fi ń ṣe ẹ̀bẹ̀ fáwọn olólùfẹ́ wa tí wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ platform wa, tí wọ́n ń gbọ́ wa ní gbogbo ibi tí ẹ bá wà títí dé Australia, New Zealand, títí dé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pé à ń bẹ̀ wá ń rọ̀ wá pé Koikimedia ó ń lọ sí Ìgbòho ìyẹn ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tí a fẹ́ mú yìí pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ 25. A máa gba mọ́tò, jíjẹ, múmu. But èyí tó ṣe pàtàkì ni pé à ń bẹ̀ wá ń rọ̀ wá pé ẹ má jẹ́ kó sú wa. A mọ̀ pé lótìítọ́ ibi tí gbogbo wa náwó sí ó pọ̀. A ní náwó ẹjọ́, a ní náwó àìsàn. Owó tí à ń béèrè nísìn, owó pé kí ẹ fi ran iléeṣẹ́ yìí lọ́wọ́. Iléeṣẹ́ tí ó ti sọ pé láti ọdún 3 sẹ́yìn òun fi iléeṣẹ́ yìí sílẹ̀ fún ìjàǹgbara ìran ọmọ Yorùbá. Wọ́n ń ṣe pé àti lọ ṣiṣẹ́ kọ́ ni àwa lè ṣe. But nígbà tí a wo pé iṣẹ́ tí a fẹ́ gbé dání, it needs 24 hours constant message. That is ìdí tí a ṣe sọ pé àwa máa gbé platform wa sílẹ̀ láti máa jàjàǹgbara ìran ọmọ Yorùbá, láti fi ja ìjàǹgbara, láti fi ṣe láti fi yọra wa kúrò nínú oko ẹrú. And that is exactly what we've done. So we have 1 week, kò tẹ̀ pé 1 week more, láti lọ sí ìlú Ìgbòho. We don't have, it's going to cost us about 200,000 láti fi hire 18-seater. And if we are taking 25 people with us, that means we need at least an 18-seater passenger plus maybe another small vehicle. They are staying in Igboho means that a máa ń ra internet tá máa fi broadcast. Glo ni wọ́n sọ fún mi pé ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ níbẹ̀. Wọ́n lọ sí Glo office lánàá and the feedback was the cheapest Glo tó jẹ́ ti ọlọ́wọ́ tó ń ṣe ìta máa plug. It's going to cost us 18,500 with 75 gig. 75 gig yẹn, if the information team of you disclose a lot of things that I've told my team in the last 4 meetings, their Koikimedia will be there as a CCTV and just also as the media that will be bringing much information. The team needs to have a backup power supply. I've been spending to change their power bank, which is the only mode of power in Nigeria. I'm a in Nigeria. And the inflation, he can't tell us in Ojalano, Monicolora, the Kokon, not to Matuti, Onaga, it all Bambi by you to change you, and they can get angry because the prices are changing on a daily basis in Nigeria. So the inflation. We have just 5 minutes for this, fundraising before we go into the program this morning. And eventually, I always tell them, look, it's not your fault. That is what Nigeria is today. Nigeria has become a trap that we need to come out of as quickly as possible. So, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà dedicated pẹ̀lú wa àtàwọn platforms tó kù tí a jọ ń ṣe ìjàǹgbara, from the Yoruba World Media to the home-based media to independent media. And I believe it was yesterday, Mike Ola Egbomi, happy birthday. Maybe some of you don't know. Maybe I should give this out. The intro, Tamang Boyen, Ti Amam Koikimedia, bringing the world closer. This was put together. I didn't send any money to my brother, Mike Ola. He produced it. I don't know how much he paid for it. He went through with me. If I was happy, satisfied, we take out, we remove, we added. And today, everybody listen to that Koikimedia intro. That is Mr. Michaela in the US. And I believe yesterday was his birthday. So happy birthday. And once again, happy birthday to everyone in the month of February. It was also my nephew's birthday some few days ago. Happy birthday to her as well. As we are moving out of the last 3 minutes of the support, you can send a donation through all our platforms that is there. We still have our GoFundMe as well. We hope that before the end of the year, we'll probably raise the 50,000. At the moment, we have just about less than 500 pounds on it. Moki Ogami Oloye Dr. Sunday Omadeyemi Igboho. Many people have said a lot regarding the next few days. Like I always say, Oloye, the God of the Yoruba land, the God of our forefathers, will stand with him, will be with him, and we will pray that whatever the decision he takes, he will take the decision in accordance to his own spirit and his own voice. Igboho has no issue with Bola Tinubu, the current administration. Many are concerned that he is not free to come to Nigeria because of what has happened in the last couple of years. We understand that definitely not everybody wants Igboho to be in Nigeria. But Igboho coming to Nigeria or not coming to Nigeria is not anything more than the fact that the mother needs to be buried. And that burial arrangement is going ahead as planned in the next couple of days. Next week, Thursday, up to Friday, the people will be arriving into Igboho town. Whether Chief Sunday Igboho decide to come or not, he is not a criminal. And he has never been one. Not in Nigeria, throughout all the time he has lived in Nigeria, and even while he was in Benin Republic, and even all the time he has been to Germany for his own family and business that he has done for decades. He's been traveling, as far back as only God knows. But any understanding that the Yorubas are very concerned that Igboho is the most important person in the movement. And the last thing that we will want is to have a setback. I understand all this. And I feel the same that you are all feeling. That the last thing we want is Enitoja Konewa to get any problems or give us a setback. But notwithstanding, we should not also feel that what has happened in the past that we've all witnessed, nobody pray for such again, but you cannot rule out anything in the present day Nigeria. But we will still be able to say that whatever it is, Orunya Boni, we understand that wọ́n ní mọ̀jà mọ̀sá la fi mọ akíkanjú. Akíkanjú tó bá mọ̀ jà tí kò bá mọ̀ sá, ó ṣe dandan pé kó bọ́gun lọ. Elédùmarè ò ní jẹ́ kí èmi àti rẹ ká bọ́gun lọ. Regardless of whatever our take, pẹ̀lú pé kólóyè wá sílé, kò ní wá sílé, it will not be like 2 years ago. The leader of the Yoruba Self-Determination Group, Professor Ibrahim Babangida, spoke to every single one of us that I played yesterday, and maybe I should play it again because it will be like a reminder to anyone out there that is planning anything, even if Igbo is not coming, to make sure that this planning of yours should not go against the real reason why we are coming for the burial. Igbo will be or not be in Igbo town is not the issue now. There are millions of people that will be traveling to Igbo town. And I use the word millions because I know that many people will be traveling for this great event. And that literally means that if anybody is sitting somewhere and planning anything evil towards this day, we can only say that please don't do such. It will not be in the interest of anybody if we do such. Let us avoid what can become something else that we don't want to say. So, I'm just going to try not to say much than the fact that we should tell anybody that is planning anything evil not to. But evil people care less. And that is why Nigeria has always been a crime scene. As they go to church, they go to mosque, they still commit a lot of crime because it has been in the blood of the evil people that whatever you say, they're not going to listen to you. They will continue their crime against humanity, which is why Nigeria is where it is today. Moki, brother me, Arole 1010 for hosting me yesterday. I will be coming back again on their program for more education program. Our platform on all the Yoruba nations are all educative. You don't have to align or agree with us, but everybody knows that the country called Nigeria has come to its expiration. Moki, the backup team of the Koikimedia, they're working very hard. And as my team continue to prepare for the next few days, I'll be praying for them to this very important journey that they'll be traveling on behalf of the Yorubas across the world. We have to be very, very vigilant in the next couple of days, as we have said all the time. Moki, please continue to help us to push. We've reached a 1,000 subscriber on the backup channel. We appreciate, we are grateful. We love every single one of you, especially in Nigeria, because it's costing me a lot to sit back and watch programs like mine. I don't do short programs. I do full length, 3 hours, maximum 2 hours. So sitting at home in Nigeria, where it is expensive, it is not free for me as well yet. It cost me about almost less than £60. But the only thing is I can make use of it with all the gadgets in this house. If I count all the gadgets in this house, it's approximately about almost 20, including the TVs. Everything is using internet. But in Nigeria is a different thing. I'm a cool shout out to you. If I haven't mentioned your name yet, we might do in the course of the program. Shout out to all the Biafrans, the Biafra security, the ESN, and also their government in Ecuador that I believe in, and I also know that you believe in us, in as much as some Yorubas do not want us to have any relationship with the Biafra. The Biafra has not yet fully exited Nigeria, but they have completely broken the bones of Tinubu's government. And if care is not taken, if we don't all come on the roadmap, we will see much firepower between those two governments. Because Biafra now has a government. And that means it is important that Tinubu's government speak to the Biafra government in exile, especially to discuss the issue of our brother, our father, our uncle, the man of the people that believe that there is nothing called Nigeria, and that is why he stood out among many people that they call Igbo or Biafran. That is why these two individuals today, both Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho, are the legend of our time. They are the gods of our time. Some Biafrans or some Igbo might say Igboho has collected money. It is always people that doesn't have money in their pocket that talks like that, because Igboho is a very rich man, billionaire, before even he became a member of the Yoruba nation. Just like Nnamdi Kanu is a billionaire and is also fought for the humanity of people in the north before he decided to join and say he's no longer interested in the British creation. But these two are our legend, and we must continue to say that it is the English people or the British that created this immunity between the Igbos and the Yorubas, as far back as knowing fully well that we are not one. So whatever you've heard about the history of this happened, this, that happened, the question you should ask is, if the British did not amalgamate Nigeria, the Igbos will have their kingdom. There will not be any coup or counter coup. There will not be Awolowo this, Awolowo that. This is why I always say that we should go back to the real foundation of the cause and the root of the problem. It is important that we should not allow the agenda of the British against us and the Igbo. Nobody is perfect as an ethnic people, as an indigenous people. But what they've done is created this mind that we should hate each other. And then after this interview, this message from Babakitoye, we will then go into what the evil genius. Babangida never said what many Yoruba always say, that when they are fighting outside and they say, who are those fighting? And they say they are the Yorubas. Babangida say, we'll go back to sleep. All these are lies that were told. And these lies went on for a very, very long time. So, Yoruba tó bá ń ṣe sọ gbogbo nonsense yìí, Babangida himself have said he never said so. But we love to talk about things that never happened. Just like we were told that Moke Jewaya, Muki Babaola King _M on Instagram, and the rest of you that have joined us, Ifeoluwa Olumide, and happy Friday to many of us. So Babangida never said anything of such, but we just like to use those phrases. And when they say they are fighting there, and they say, who are those fighting? They are Yorubas. I'm just going to go back to bed. Babangida never said such. It is part of the lies. It is part of these lies that they prepared, just like they told us Nigeria is a country. Nigeria was never a country, and it will never, never be a country, and there will be no peace until the dissolution, the amalgamation, the breakup of Nigeria. So let's listen to Professor Banja Pitoye. He is the only and the current leader of the Yoruba self-determination. I am not saying he's the leader of the Yoruba people. We have those that are fighting it. I believe Babade Banjo is not very strong anymore, because the last time I heard, he was admitted to the hospital. We prayed for him for good health. He's 95 years old. The same with Baba Fashionati, he's 98. These are elderly Yoruba men that have done their best. And also, as I always say, we also have a lot of women that are fighting gradually underneath as well. Let me say this again and again. Nobody can stop the Yoruba people from exit Nigeria today. Maybe some years back, they would have been able to do it. Some are even saying that Tinubu is now working towards a restructured Nigeria. Some kind of messages have been transferred, moving from back to back. I'll read that. What we want is a total exit. Some say it can't happen like that. We need to go back to what it used to be before we can get out. No. we can stop being Nigerian. We don't need to be paying to the center. We don't need to create more state. We don't need all that. We can do all that when we pull out of Nigeria. So all this is again another lies. And Yoruba people love this kind of lies. Maybe somebody wrote this and started spreading it. Maybe Tinubu is working towards that. I don't know. I am not in his cabinet. I don't know what is in his mind. But I know that Tinubu is another evil genius like Babangida. So let's listen to our leader and the only leader of the Yoruba Self-Determination Group, Professor Adebanji Akintoye. Ogumola Abiodun, Comrade Plan B, says Simon Ekpa is here to finish Nigeria. And Nigeria will be finished by every single one of us. Even those of you that believe in Peter Obi, the criminal man, and Aisha Yusuf, you're wasting your time. Nothing can fix Nigeria. I know that they have weapons, but it will be a day that those weapons they will use to kill themselves before we will all exit Nigeria. My name is OLAYOMI Koiki. We've done 1 hour 20 minutes so far, and I hope you're still sharing the program and continue the comment and engagement. It helps the algorithm of the channels that we are streaming from. 500,000 followers on Facebook. We've been shadow banned. They don't even allow me to do anything on Facebook, but we are still there. Maybe some of you will come and see it. Some of you will not see the program. It is not my fault. It is what it is, but we are doing our best with the little resources that we have. Let's listen to Professor Adebanji Akintoye. The leader, Dukpo Onitiri, is not the leader of the Yoruba people. She's a criminal. She's a thief. She's a liar. She has created what they call a manipulation in the movement. No interim government or declaration of Yoruba nation has occurred. Falitile that told you that went to United Nations was not a United Nations program. It was just an NGO program. These are criminals, bastards that are among us, like Ijile in Turkey. Ijile is another fraudsters that have created these lies to the Yorubas, the Etigba country. We don't have a Yoruba nation country as we speak today. Bishop Adesina, very good morning to you, sir. Good morning, sir. Jesse, I can see a lot of your comments. I will just come back to that later because we're so busy this morning. So if you're one of those listening to Ijile, you're just listening to what they call an awareness, but in a fraudulent way. So, but I just want to repeat it again. Dukpo Onitiri, that evil woman that many of you must have seen her pictures and images in the past. I don't have to show you. You know who the person is. She's not or have anything to do with Baba Akintoye. Her plan failed, and her plan will continue to fail. Bishemba Insoro, she will not bring any Adele to Nigeria. So if you're one of those still waiting for Adele, they were in Nigeria. You better engage and start thinking about how to retrace your step back, to become a lawyer, law-abiding under Professor Adebanji Akintoye and Oloye Igboho and the rest of the YSDM and the rest of the different, separate groups that are working tirelessly. Moki Baba Wabo Ogboni, Moki Bubawon, Egbe Konkan, Ifelodun. I've listened to some of your messages on your WhatsApp group. Mokiyawa Jennifer Shaki, it is time that the Yoruba people go back to farming. Okwetile, the North, wants to do the same thing that they say that the Yoruba did during the Biafra War, where they stopped food going, they changed the currency. If this current government that Babangida wants to overthrow, because it seems that Babangida, evil genius, is the one behind the overthrow of Bola Tinubu's government. I hope Bola Tinubu will move many of the military. I've been talking about this since he became the president. Bola Tinubu must now move many of the arsenals, the weapons, the big one, the bombs that we have in Nigeria, move them back to Ibadan and Lagos State and put people that are Yoruba in there to protect them, so that when any military take over, we bomb the North straight away. We don't waste time. We just bomb it so that they can know that we are not joking. This is what we're going to do. And if Babangida, sitting in a wheelchair, think that it is still going to be the same thing that they've done in the past, we will blow the whole of the North down. We will send them to where they don't want to be. We are not joking. So this is why Tinubu must bring the firepower back to the Southwest and prepare, because if the coup takes place, we can at least get pilot to drive those fighter jets and take it down to the north and drop a bomb there, and we'll destroy everything from that end. That will be the final of Nigeria. If anybody think that a military will just wake up and make any announcement, we first blow up the bridge, the Jebba Bridge, will blow it away. Let me just not say too much, because you will say it's just rhetoric. This is not the days where they say military has taken over and everything just go like that. We will destroy every goddamn thing. And this is what we are saying to our politicians. Don't wait until the military of Babangida take over the current administration. Let's listen to Babakitoye. This is a warning. Igbowo is coming home, or is not coming home is not the issue. Igbowo is burying the mother. That is the reason why we are going to Igbowo town. Don't plan anything for us, for those that will be traveling. And those that are going to be a kidnapper that want to be on the road, we will neutralize you straight away. Bubomo Yoruba, you don't have to show us anything. If you travel along the route, you come across them, I don't need your video. Don't show me evidence. Neutralize them straight away and use them as fertilizer on our land. Thank you so much. Let's listen to this.
Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ní àsìkò yìí ọ mo kí yẹn kó múra ti òkú ìyá olóyè wa Sunday Adéyẹmọ Chief Dr. Sunday Adéyẹmọ tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí Sunday Igboho a kó múra ọ ẹjọ́ tí a máa gbé òkú kúrò ní mọ́ṣúárì ní February 22 tó bá di February 23 àwa sí òkú yẹn ní Ìgbòho gbogbo wa ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀ráǹdì ẹni wa o àwa Yorùbá wọn ní ènìyàn láṣọ mi ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká wà ńbẹ̀ kí ayé gbọ́kàn mọ̀ wípé ọmọkùnrin léèyàn ó ti ṣe débi pé ó léèyàn púpọ̀ láyé ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe yẹn mo sì fẹ́ wá bẹ̀ yín Sunday fẹ́ wá sìnkú lé ní o. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí ìjà kankan wà ńbẹ̀ o ẹ má jẹ́ kí ẹnì kankan kó ronú pé òun lọ síbẹ̀ lọ́jà ẹ má jẹ́ ká ṣe yẹn mo bẹ̀ yín o kò sí ìjà it's a peaceful funeral service beautiful nǹkan tí a gbọ́dọ̀ try láti ṣe nìyẹn o ó yẹ wá ó yẹ Sunday ó yẹ àwa tá a wá síbẹ̀ ó yẹ àwọn arúgbó tó wá ó yẹ àwọn ọmọdé tó wá ó yẹ àwọn àgbà tó wá ó yẹ ọkùnrin tó wá ó yẹ ọkùnrin tó wá kẹ́nìkan kan má jà mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ̀ àwọn ọlọ́lá alágbára Nàìjíríà tó ń jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá from the president of Nigeria downwards títí dọ́dọ̀ àwọn governors wa àwọn chairman wa gbogbo ẹjọ́ àbúrò yín àbí ẹ̀gbọ́n yín Sunday bọ̀ dé wá sí ikú ni o kò wá ṣe nǹkan mìíràn jù yẹn o ẹ jẹ́ kó yẹ kó dáa fún ọ ẹ fún ní support o bó ṣe yẹ kó rí nìyẹn o ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká support ẹ o ẹ má jẹ́ kí ẹnikẹ́ni lọ jókòó sí kọ̀rọ̀ kó máa plan tó ní kíní kan tó ń fẹ́ ṣe against Sunday níjọ́ yẹn ẹjọ́ ẹ fún láyè ìjọ́ yẹn ìyá èèyàn òkùn kú ní ẹ̀ẹ̀mejì ẹ̀ẹ̀kan ṣoṣo náà ni ìyá èèyàn kú ìyá tiẹ̀ ló kú lélẹ́yìí tá a fẹ́ ṣe yìí ẹ jẹ́ ká fún láyè kó yẹ ìyá rẹ̀ sí kí gbogbo akádẹ̀bá yẹ ìyá yẹn sí mo bẹ̀ yín o ẹnìkan kan má jà ẹnìkan kan má plan kíní kankan ní kọ̀rọ̀kọ̀rọ̀ pé èmi ni gómìnà èmi ni president èmi ni chairman council òótọ́ ni Sunday ń jà fún ìdásílẹ̀ Yorùbá òótọ́ ló ń jà fún but kò tí ì fi ìjà agídí àjà kò fi ṣe rárá lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan ìgbà tó ń ṣe rálì gbogbo ọ̀ṣẹ̀rálì ńbàdàn a ṣe ní Abẹ́òkúta a ṣe ní Òṣogbo a ṣe ní Àkúrẹ́ a ṣe ní Adó Èkìtì gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ peaceful day ni ẹnìkan kan ò fọwọ́ gún ẹnìkan kan ò fọsẹ̀ gún ọlọ́pàá ò àrẹ́sẹ̀ ẹnìkan kan ọlọ́pàá ò dẹ́rùbà ẹnìkan kan ò dẹ́rùbà ọlọ́pàá so that's who we are. òótọ́ ni pé àwọn Fúlàní wọn ní àwọn máa pa wá rẹ́ àṣẹ Yorùbá nation gbogbo wa àlè lajú lẹ̀ ká jẹ́ kán wá pa wá rẹ́ The Fulani amount to nothing by our side. The Fulani don't mean anything to us, but I'm a defending ilẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ṣe gbà sí ojú èèyàn lè kúrò jẹ́ ká nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn nígbà tó dẹ̀ lọ sí gàngànjọ́ yẹn kò jà o kò bá yẹn kankan jà ó kàn sọ fún bàbá yẹn wípé àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ tán pààyàn tán wà bí àwọn bàbá mi tó nílẹ̀ bí wọ́n ní kí n sọ fún ẹ pé kẹrù yẹn kẹ kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ ìyẹn dẹ̀ kẹrù ó kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ ìjà parí òun sì tán so that is it mo tún repeat ẹ jẹ́ ọ́. Peacefully, beautiful funeral ceremony for our dear chief's mother. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ọ̀nà ẹ̀ o, ẹ jẹ́ ká ọ̀nà fúnra rẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ ká wá ọ̀nà mọ̀mọ́ ju bá a ṣe máa ọ̀nà fúnra rẹ̀ mo bẹ̀ yẹn ẹ má jà wọ̀ ẹ ṣé o ó dìgbà.
She's been looking for an insight in that data forever.
Oh.
Hi.
I'm gonna find it.
Did you tell her about Sapphire?
No, I thought you did.
I'm gonna tell her.
And that is coming from our leader, the leader of the Yoruba Self-Determination Campaign, Professor Adebanji Akintoye. And we are grateful to have such a very important man in the history of Yoruba people today. So I want to take us now to, I think I should go to Simon Ekpa's page. I think the video is there. So we're going to go straight now to Babangida, the evil genius. Thank you so much, Bishop Adeshina, and the rest of you. Mr. Waris, you know, this is Yoruba nationalism rally is always. Thank you so much. Muki Babami, Eboni, Olaki, Moremo. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Muki Babami, Adebanjo Shegun, Yoruba Nation is the only solution. We are all going to disagree and agree. That is Yoruba people, but we are very intelligent people. And when it comes to fight, even Greek we will come together and we will fight it and make sure that nobody takes away what we have. So that is, I know that even though we might not all align together today. So, Mokisho Wore, the show board. I think I should first talk about something I saw on Showore's page. He has been consistent. Showore declared revolution now. Some few, I don't know what's going on with my, okay, maybe because I joined my TV with my phone, it shouldn't be. So it's giving me a different view this morning. I don't know what the children have done with my TV. That we've lost the connection from my app on the YouTube. But I'm gonna deal with that because I don't know why I have to switch on my phone before I see my comment coming through. I will come to that. So Showore has now been free after 5 years of abuse of legal process. The government of Nigeria has now entered nolle prosequi in the case of Omoyele Showore. It is a case like this that needs people to lose respect for the process of the law. The criminal Abubakar Malami is the same one that was so excited. Remember when they brought Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria? They were speaking in the Hausa language, telling the North that, yes, we don't bring that shaggy man, the man we want to bring Nigeria down. You know, but today, it was the same Malami that wanted to fight Showore because Showore says revolution now. It's the same Malami that wanted to kill Sunday Igboho. It's the same Malami that wanted to kill many innocent Nigerians, whether it is those that believe in Nigeria or those that doesn't believe in Nigeria. So we were all a target for Buhari's government. So it doesn't matter who you are, even those that might not really want Nigeria to break. Muki Alex Mamo, they were still one of the people that the government was targeting. But we are grateful that at least it seems that Tinubu is coming back to his sense with the Yoruba man called Lateef Olasunkami Fagbemi, the new Attorney General of the Federation. And I hope they will do the same thing to Nnamdi Kanu as well. Look, we don't have to, government doesn't want anybody to break their country on their head. But it is why we say there's a roadmap. A roadmap does not mean a war. Look, Tinubu can still complete either 7 or 8 years, and it can still allow Nigeria to dissolve. But our worry is that if we do nothing today now, and we allow Tinubu to complete his tenure, and they're still in Nigeria, we will be in a big mess because the next administration is going to the north. There's a fact that the Igbos will not be given any presidential slot. They might get a vice president just to compensate them. But president, nobody's gonna give the southeast. Let me just put it as the southeast. They're not gonna give them the room. Tinubu himself do whatever has to be done to convince the kings of Yoruba land and to also say to the north that look, you see, my people don't shout Yoruba nation. No. If you don't give us this, if you don't allow me to be a Milocon, I will just unleash every one of them to come out. But Babangida is now warning Tinubu that look, shut up. Remember what I told you when you came to Mina on my wheelchair. Remember that I killed Delegiwa. I can kill you as well, and nothing is going to happen. Remember how we kill MK Abiola. Remember how we kill, anyone that you think that you can remember from our uncle Bola Ige, True, Obasanjo, another evil genius. So Babangida is already now warning Tinubu to be careful because the military that he still control from his wheelchair will take Nigeria back. Okay. So we are happy for Showore and Olawale Adebayo Bakari, aka Mandate, as now by the notice of discontinuance. So we hope that we should see these as well within Nnamdi Kanu's case anytime soon. If you haven't done your own tea, please go and do yours. I've just done mine next to me here. I will open the phone line later. You'll be able to join into the program. This is a respected program. We don't abuse our king on this platform. If you want to abuse the king, do a video of yourself. Because nobody see you when you call. Just do a video and say, this is my name. And abuse the king and post it on social media. And everybody will pick it. But don't come on people like our platform and try to Mokiba Bawa Ayinde Usman. Igbowo Sha, Kabo Sile Yoruba. Igbowo Niyin. Igbowo is still in Germany as far as I know up to this morning. I have to pick this call. Sheko or Jen become a live show. Listen. You see, every day, the team. So, sorry for the distraction there. So, Showore, my brother, I am happy for you. I call him the show boy. Showore is our own. He's our own for life. Even if many of you disagree with his, views or whatever. I love Showore and I can never stop loving him because even though some say all kind of things against Showore, I always say I will love him and I will continue to love him forever. He's the show boy. Showore is our man. So let me appreciate Showore on behalf of our Koikimedia and on behalf of Oloye, for being honest that revolution is the solution to the problem of Nigeria. Let's continue to put the donation in. We are happy and we're grateful for many of you that will continue to support this platform all the time. So Showore, by the notice of discontinuance, by the virtue of the power conferred on me, which is the new AGF. So remember that Tinubu leaves, they'll bring another Fulani man and can do again undo. So this is why we have to break up Nigeria before Tinubu leaves office. And it has to be done now, not in 8 years or 4 years. So that is on Showore's, but I just want to remind us, okay, let's listen to what Showore say here in terms of why they wanted to kill him when they wanted to invade his house. I think it was picked up from an hotel somewhere in Ikeja in 2019. So let's listen to an interview granted yesterday to Arise Television. I don't own the copyright, it's just for educational purpose.
Life of any country. That's what exactly was on your mind used a hashtag to protest on August 5th, 2019.
I actually was calling for revolution. I never denied it.
What form of revolution?
Oh, there's only one form of revolution. The change that has never been seen before in life of any country. That's what I was calling for. And I told the DSS guys when I was interrogated. It's on record. I told the judge when I came to court, when they were charging me, I said, I don't understand the charges because you cannot prosecute a revolution. So there's nothing different. Guess what? Most Nigerians didn't know the context of the revolution until that. 5 million people searched for the word revolution on Google on August 5, 2019. But I had been arrested before the protest, and I was surprised that the protest still went ahead across the country. An interesting thing now is that it's no longer a crime to say the word revolution. Everybody's calling for a revolution.
Everybody is now calling for revolution. So on hashtag revolution trial, I knew I was carrying out a historical duty, just as we are doing today. What we are doing today is an historical duty for mankind. But Showore said this some few years ago. Let's listen to it.
We want war. We want a very clear that we can all be exterminated.
Bear with me. I hope my mic is on. Yeah, let me unmute. I tell you, go and tell Lori YouTube. Let come.
We don't want war. We want a very clean, quick, and succinct revolutionary process, surgical, that we put an end to the shenanigans of government, that we put an end to oppression, the corruption of government. I mean, look at it. You have ministers who have active cases with EFCC being asked to bow and go in our National Assembly. You have ministers who have been engaging in high crimes. We have a president that is insensitive to the country. That this country has fallen apart. Nigeria has failed, except Nigerians bond together and bundle these guys out of our national space. We are wasting our time. And don't ask me whether I'm afraid or worried about the legal implications of what I'm saying. I am carrying out a historical duty. Only history can judge me, not a prosecutor or a federal judge. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. You can't kill somebody who's not afraid of death. And if I'm afraid of death, am I better than those people in Zamfara who are getting slaughtered every day? Am I better than those people who get killed by so-called kidnappers who just walk into the middle of the road with an AK-47, kill people and walk quietly back into the bush? Am I better than students who are getting rusticated for speaking out on campuses? Am I better than those kids who died before they could even see Nigeria that they wanted to badly be? Am I better than women who can't afford to eat? Am I better than those workers who are not getting paid? Am I better than people who are suffering all over the country? No.
And that was our own Omoyele Showore. So once again, we are grateful that this current administration have come to their sense, and we hope they'll be doing the same thing to discontinue whatever case on people that are fighting through whatever right presently in Nigeria, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, including many innocent Nigerians that have been locked up for crime that they should not have been locked up. So we'll be following that. Also, we hope that the body of Adogun, maybe many Yoruba people have forgotten that Adogun's body is still with the DSS. I don't know whether they've buried them, whether they've kept them somewhere, but we hope that they will release this body back to us so that the family of Adogun and Alhaji Fatai can have a proper arrangement to give them their final befitting burial. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please use your office today to also help us to check where the bodies of Alhaji Adogun, the mother and the wife, children, wants to give them the final burial, and Alhaji Fatai, the uncle of Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho, that was also assassinated by the Fulani government of President Muhammadu Buhari, dead or alive, on the 1st of July 2021. So that is on that. Now let's come back to the conversation of this morning, And I guess I have to go to Simon Epa's page where I picked up the video that was said about Babangida wants to overthrow the government. We're going to come back on Sultan of Sokoto says that Nigeria is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. Well, it has always been sitting on a keg of gunpowder. It's just that many Nigerians do not know the truth about that. So let's listen to this. I'm going to mute my mic so that we can be able to listen to this. This Babangida wants to overthrow Tinubu's government. And as he say, voila, it's just coming every day in the contraction we call Nigeria. Nigeria is an evil country. And like we say, let us not think that they cannot do what they are saying. They will do it, but it's entirely up to me and you to remember that we will fight it back. So, let's go back now and mute my mic.
There is an unexpected message from the former military administrator, Ibrahim Babangida, and he's saying that if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not careful, there'll be a military takeover. What's your take on that?
The chickens are coming home to roost. Did I not tell you that Tinubu is in hostage? He's being held in bondage.
Why would you say you keep saying he's in hostage, but did he not know most of these challenges when he said he wanted to be the president?
Wait, they led a minefield for Tinubu. You can see all the local leaders who could not talk when Buhari was there. You can see how they are now breathing down on the neck of Tinubu. Unfortunately, his kinsmen cannot even rise up to the occasion.
A couple of his kinsmen are actually chastising him.
Who are who?
They're chastising him. They're complaining.
They cannot defend him. No. Because when Buhari was there, he was the one that created this problem for him. Everything that Tinubu is doing in office now was created by Buhari. Meanwhile, nobody has been able to call Buhari out. That is why I'm worried. In fact, I'm disappointed by local leaders telling us that it is not their Biku, this and that. Why did they carry that Biku when Buhari was there? Look at all the things Buhari did in office. Esther, don't look at, you can see that we have.
And that is Babangida. Let's go back in history and see who is IBB. IBB is popularly known as Ibrahim Babangida, and they call him all kind of GCFR, blah, 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 blah. They're all criminals working for the Europeans to make sure that they can put every single one of us in their cocoon cage. Let me give us a background. He was born in 1941. He's 82 years old. He's not going to die anytime soon because he will remain in that wheelchair that he will sit until the liberation of the people of Biafra and the Yorubas and even the Hausas will be free. Whether they like it or not, everybody will free themselves from the shackles and the bondage of Nigeria. Ibrahim Babangida also, as we all know, married to Miriam Babangida. Mokiyami Ola Odus, Babawa Olariwaju ní France, Moki Eniola Adewale, good morning, Kazim Adeniyo, Mr. Larry Jinodo, Mr. Oluwa Shoneye Victor, and many of you are commenting. Thank you so much. Moki Iyawa Richwell Omotola and Ijoba Italo, Moki Okunowo, and for the love many of you have for Igbo, we appreciate. Ibrahim Babangida, the evil genius. Let's take you through a bit of his profile. Ibrahim Babangida, GCFR, was born on the 17th of August 1949. You might want to go and look at that. His star. I think I should take down so that we can have a proper. Okay, all right. I still want to have that in there in the comment section there. Where is mother, so that we can continue to see that behind the scene. Behind the curtains. Thank you so much to everyone that continue to say, Koiki, we love what you do. We know that you are not perfect, but you are doing your best. Tony AJs, all the way in Belgium, shout out to you and your family as well. Mokibo Yoba. Alex Mamo, I love you, my brother. Thank you so much. And to all the Nigerian communities that are residing in UK, shout out to every single one of you. Omolabisi Moki, Kabosui, Ikuwa. Bishop Adejino said Nigeria is like a rolling fan out of power. Nigeria is winding down and it is wind down. That is why Tinubu is bringing some things back to Lagos. Do it very swiftly. Don't wait until Babangida overthrown you through military coup. What Tinubu should be doing now is just give order. Move those weapons. The most important thing we need to move out of the north is the military arsenal, the bombs, the fighter jet, the helicopter Apache. Pack them in the Ibadan military barracks and move all the Hausa people and the Fulani and Igbo, move them out so that we only have Yoruba people that are looking after it. And any Yoruba that wants to compromise, buy them quickly because we don't want anybody to sabotage us when you are there. Now, Babangida, as we know, like I said, was born on the 17th of August 1941. He's a Nigerian retired general, a killer. He actually killed Delegiwa. Maybe some of you don't know who Delegiwa is because you are Indomine generation. Babangida was the one that sent a letter bomb that killed a very brilliant uncle, father, one of the best journalists of the time. Babangida and Delegiwa, if you look at their age, you'll see that Babangida was born in 1941, 6 years after Delegiwa was born in Ile-Ife, known as Nigeria, even though it should never have been Nigeria. Delegiwa was a Nigerian journalist and editor and the founder of Newswatch. Many Nigerians that are Indomie generation, maybe some of you don't know that Babangida killed Delegiwa. Your journalists at home will never be able to tell you this. I, OLAYOMI, can say categorically that Babangida sent the letter bomb because Delegiwa was investigating, I think something Okoli or something. I'll say if I can find out. So let's open Delegiwa as we read about Babangida because this is how we can link the death of Delegiwa again to Babangida. But Babangida wants to do the same thing. He wants to fight. I think I should use that word because of the social media, they pick a lot of things. So fight. Tinubu. Not that I like Tinubu to that extent, but I don't want anybody to kill Tinubu right now because if Tinubu dies, that means Shetima becomes the president, and I'm not going to feel comfortable because Shetima might say that Igboho and Shiwore Nnamdi Kanu buy them as well. So it's better we still have Tinubu there and use his head to break the coconut or kola nut or whatever you say. So that is on me. So I'd rather have Tinubu there and give him pension, put out our rally back on the street. If the soldier kill us, we will probably do what needs to be done, report them to the international community. If the killing becomes too much, we will take the gun from them and we will do what is needed to be done as well. So until we come out, we don't know what Tinubu is going to do. So not doing a rally is not good for us, but that will be something after Igboho's mother's burial. We can't put the two fire cooler in the pot. So we have to do one at a time. So after Igboho's mother's burial, we will see what next our leaders will be telling us. So we appreciate Baba Kitoye. We love you so much. Like I said to you, you have a brilliant journalist like Delegiwa, like myself. I am not perfect, but I am very, very advocate. And I can say anything as long as I am not funding terrorists. I can fund money to protect and buy whatever needs to be bought. I wanted to say it out, but I just kept that back. If you give me enough money, I will fund those that needs to be funded on the ground. I'm sure you will understand what I mean. That is what the Biafra are doing now. They're funding their security network. But you don't give me money and you want me to say, go and do this, Koiki. I want you give us the money. If you don't want to give me the money, go and put the money where Baba Kitoye said we should put the money. Okay? So we will do all that. But we will come out again for rally. But let us first sort out Igboho's mother's burial. We will do more flags. We will do more poster. We will get drums. We will get vehicle. People are protesting. We saw that in Okta. So our protest doesn't mean that we can't. We have the right under the fraudulent constitution to protest. So we will be out on the street again. But for now, go and dip your hands in your pocket and be ready so that we can fund all this. It's not going to be easy. So let's give more about Babangida before we go to Delegiwa. He's a Nigerian retired general, a statesman who has served as the military president of Nigeria, working on behalf of the British. Okay, many of you never know that, but I can confirm that Babangida was used by the British government, just as it's being used again today to say indirectly or directly that they will overthrow Tinubu's government. Not that, like I said, I love Tinubu, but I'm not going to sit back and allow Babangida to be throwing tantrum from his mina that was built by Julius Berger, a German company, who used Nigerian money in the hilltop because he was running away from anybody. And he knows that before you get to the hilltop, they can see you and they can neutralize you. But right now, he cannot leave the hilltop as he was doing before because he's not. Imagine they have to even take him through some tunnel. They have to be carrying him. He cannot run anymore because he's now a dead man. He's dead because his legs are paralyzed. He can't walk. Babangida cannot walk. Babangida, Mokia me comfort Nikki. Otojo metama. Alafia lewa. Moki were in grandmother as well. I spoke to one of our grandmother yesterday. Lost an uncle. She was very down. We pray for everyone that have lost somebody, especially nobody wants to lose anybody, but every day we are losing people in Nigeria, whether they are Hausas, whether they are Igbos, whether they are Middle Belt, whether they are Yorubas. We must first concern about humanity. So, Babangida, a criminal man that set up Miati Allah. It was when Babangida became the president, or not the president, the military dictator, that Miati Allah became fully operational. I talked about it a few weeks back. Miati Allah was set up in 1976 in Katsina State. It never started operation until 17 years after. Today, Miati Allah is telling us that they will not bring food, and they are not going to bring the food. So I don't know what the Yoruba people are thinking. Go and start setting up small farms. You don't need a big farm. Do the one. Don't pay me. We, the diaspora, are trying our best. This morning now, I've just sent about 25,000 naira to my team. They're traveling. I've sent another 2,000 naira to buy their data. As I speak to us again, there's no naira in my account again. How do I be funding this? That is why I always come out and say, F1, I need support me. Omotope Milaro was waiting for me to send the money for them to move. And I've just sent that money now. That is why we are saying we have to do what we have to do, bring down this country so that I can set up things, I can do my best, I can use my media to make money through travel, through whatever I want to do. But for now, it is dedicated to Yoruba Nation. Mokiba Baba Adeboye Celeb. Thank you so much. Mokiba Baitawa in Benin Republic, Cote d'Ivoire. Many people are sending me message from that region, South Africa, Libya, wherever we are around the world. We are talking about Babangida so pai Tinubu ama dajoba lọ́wọ́ ó fẹ́ bó kọ̀ because kò ṣe tí àwọn ní ó máa ṣe. Let's go back. He served as the military president of Nigeria from 1985. When they say he served, I don't know why they didn't put that it was a coup. Maybe they will tell us later. From 1985 until his resignation in 1993, after he killed MK Abiola dream. Abiola trusted Babangida. They were all they were all friends, but Babangida said, I gave you some money for some dope. Abiola said the money is with Kudurat Abiola. They didn't want to release the money. And he said, okay, I will deal with you. They also told us that Abiola slept with Babangida's wife. I'm sure many of you have heard about that story. Even if it's not true, we know that MK Abiola loves so many women who would have done such, even if it was not true. Because Abiola was a womanizer. May God forgive him and be with him wherever he is right now. So Babangida was already angry with Abiola. We'll come back to that when we get to that stage. He rose through the rank to serve from 1984 to 1985 as the chief of army staff. When they get to that stage, that is where they become very powerful. If you're a chief of army staff in Nigeria, you will make money, you will have the network, you'll be speaking to America quietly, you'll be speaking to the CIA quietly. The CIA is one of the most funded organizations that collapsed a lot of the coup d'etat in Africa. Most of you remember General Dombozo. Remember that video? America, CIA can never be trusted. They know me, just like they know you more than me. They are well funded by the American government. So, he was the chief of army staff going on to orchestrate the seizure of power in the coup d'etat. Imagine somebody that has been running like that since 1985 is now saying again that we will do another coup in what is called a civil democratic government. Imagine Babangida in the wheelchair is telling us that. And many idiot Nigerians will come and say, keep Nigeria. I don't want to be very angry this morning. I just want to do the program to my best of ability this morning so that many people can enjoy it. So there will not be any cost or anything this morning, okay? Don't worry. So, and please, the only thing you can do for me, share the program, support us. My first bank account is the one rolling on the top. It is 30 96 80 88 48. OLAYOMI Olakunle Koiki's first bank. If you want to put money in my UK account, it's a tied account. Sometimes your bank might say, I'm not saying it. Don't worry, it's a business account. The sort code is just coming. I'm just reading it on my screen here as it's scrolling. The sort code is 040605. Again, it's a tied bank account. It will be says Koikimedia, and the sort code is 040605. While the account number is 16906228 16906228. For those of you in UK that wants to say Koiki, you need £1 law. Please bear with me. There's a lot of pressure in Nigeria. We accept it like that. Every little help. You can click on the support me on the Kofi. It will take you straight into what we call the Kofi, which you can also do donation. I don't have Zelle. I don't have Cash App. If you then think that you want to send money from another world, you can do musakalam@yahoo.com. And those of you that are skeptical, you say, Koiki, I'm going to give you money, but you have Bitcoin wallet. Yes, I do. You can send me a message. I will send that to you. My brother, Oya Ayo Olabalogun, thank you so much. And to the Yoruba Clubhouse, under the leadership of Balogun Canada, thank you so much for the work you guys are doing. We appreciate every single one of you. Let's come back to the evil genius known as Babangida. Babangida say, that is my discussion this morning. So Babangida actually made a coup that took power from the evil genius again called Muhammadu Buhari, that many of you call Say Baba, dead or alive. Nnamdi Kanu believe that Buhari is dead. Buhari say, I no die. Now you die. Nnamdi Kanu say, come on, make you come speak today. So then Buhari is running up and down. He rose through the ranks of the Nigerian army fighting in the Nigerian Civil War. It was not the Nigerian Civil War, it was the British fighting the Biafra Civil War. 5 million innocent Igbos were killed by the British government and their puppet Nigeria government. So Babangida was one of those that fought the Civil War. They thought that they could kill the message of the hope of the Biafra. Today, Biafras are much stronger. If they burn any Nigerian military, go to the southeast and shoot one gun. You will hear another fight from there. And I'm happy that Simon Ekpa is dealing with them on that end. So let's look at what Simon Ekpa has been doing with the Nigerian military with their own thing there. This is Simon Ekpa 22 hours ago. Oops, Uzodima, go and fly the jet. The pilot is scared of flying. Are you getting the report today? If you have 1,000 tanks, they will be destroyed. I love when Simon Ekpa put this kind of message out. I told you the same thing, that we will destroy every goddamn thing that Yoruba people, politicians are using to suppress my people. We will destroy it. And I don't have to tell you what needs to be destroyed. And if you're one of those Yoruba, come and tell me, Koiki, shut up. What are you going to destroy? We are still building. We are not building anything now. Whatever they are building in Nigeria, in the southwest today, can be destroyed. We will rebuild everything to the proper taste of what we want. So don't come and tell me which part are you going to destroy. Whatever you can think of, I will make sure that we destroy it so that nobody enjoys it anymore. So Simon Ekpa, kudos to you, the government in exile, Prime Minister, as they continue to destroy all the tanks that they are bringing to the southeast to kill them. When you are being killed, United Nations say you have the right to defend yourself. Many deaths that has occurred is because you don't want to come to the round table and discuss the fake unity we call Nigeria. We know that Nigeria Civil War was not a Nigerian Civil War, it was a British Civil War. Russia will never support the British today, so I don't know what we're waiting for. Let's start the M1. Let's start the route of the M1 so that Russia will be telling them at the United Nations Security Council that you cannot do certain things, and they will veto America, Britain, and France and Germany. So Russia is our backbone directly or indirectly, whether we speak to them or not, because Russia is not in line with the West as we speak right now. So whatever happens today in Nigeria, Russia would back the independence of those that want to exit the criminal country we all call Nigeria. It is exactly 8 o'clock in London. It is still the 16th of February 2024 for record purpose. My name is OLAYOMI Koiki, one of the campaigners under the leadership of Professor Babangida. Thousands of years later, when we're all gone, when I become like 100 years old plus, and then the next generation will be happy to watch this kind of program that we fought hard using the current social media. I don't know what kind of media they'll be using in that future, but for now, we need money to use media to fight this war. Donate, donate, donate. Even your 500 naira, your $1. I want them full low in Nigeria. There's nothing wrong in that. That will not solve our problem. What should solve our problem is to prepare the mind of millions of Yoruba people now that fight might happen or it might not happen. But the most important message is we want to exit the shithole country known as Nigeria, created by the country that I live here. I am enjoying. I don't know why you say that one. I live in UK. I'm enjoying my life to the fullest with the little resources that I have. Yesterday, I ate beans and bread. By this morning, I don't need any food yet. I just got a cup of tea inside my Yoruba Nation mug that was given to me by my brother, my uncle, Heritage Television. He's been very busy. He's still in the movement. But most of you, Nile, you cannot even have a proper tea with milk, with honey. You are suffering. You are living in abject poverty. No welfare, no education, no security. Yet, I that am enjoying life is telling you Nigeria is created by British. You are telling me to shut up. Because I live here. And if you don't know, UK has now also fallen into recession. And stop listening to Reno. Reno is enjoying life. He has taken so much money during Jonathan. If you're one of those that sit under the tweet and is telling you, let's produce Nigeria, I'm going to send people to Aba to go and make my jacket. It's all lies. He has a house in Leeds in Manchester. I know I speak a lot of English, but Yoruba, not that everything is free. I mean, yesterday I have to go and buy water. I don't drink the water from the tap. It cost me about £6, but that's an emergency water. I have to go to the proper store and buy proper water. And you're struggling. If you want nílùú òyìnbó, mo sọ fún pé ìlú òyìnbó tí mo wà àwọn ni wọ́n dá wàhálà sílẹ̀, and they've done it not for anything for their selfish interest. So Babangida là ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ tó bá mọ̀ ó náà máa gbàjọba lọ́wọ́ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu through coup d'etat. Let's continue quickly. Again, he rose through the ranks of the Nigerian army fighting in the Nigerian Civil War, at the various times being involved in almost all the military coups in Nigeria. Did you hear that? Babangida was part of all the military coups that occurred in Nigeria. He's saying again that Bola Tinubu will be taken out through another coup d'etat. How he wants to do that is already in planning. Before advancing to the full rank of a general, and ultimately as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, and as an unelected president, a military dictator, through from 1985 to 1993, the biggest Maradona. If you want to say anything, Babangida shot you with money. He was the one that created all kind of crime. The 419 that we see in Nigeria today, Babangida started it. Just be a criminal, don't worry. We will leave you. But make sure you give me something as well. Babangida opened the door for so many criminality in Nigeria. And today, even in his wheelchair, he still has a vast amount of power. The question now is, how do we take him out? It is exactly by reporting Babangida to the social media like this, so that you, this Indomie generation, that are thinking that you can continue to do content creator when you should be an engineer, building this kind of building that we saw in Dubai by the Hindu. What you are looking behind me right now is just one of the newest buildings in Dubai, cost $83 million. Dubai, as we know, United Arab Emirates is an Islamic country that gave the land for the Hindu to build this massive gigantic structure. Many of you that are content creators or criminals in your little confinement should be thinking of what you can do to become the architect to give us this kind of structure we can build, not just in Yoruba land, as at the time we have Yoruba country, but the world of today. For many of you do not want such. You just want to be Okada rider so that MC Oluomo and the rest of them can, deal with you, or the people that continue to tell you lies. Once again, we appreciate Baba Akintoye. So let's go back again as I continue to try to bring why Babangida wants to overthrow Tinubu's government. Ruling for an uninterrupted 8 years. His years in power, colloquially known as the Babangida era, are considered one of the most controversial in Nigerian political and military history, being characterized by the burgeon of political culture of corruption in Nigeria. We've been talking about corruption. For many Nigerians today, you must come out. When people want to protest, stop saying that they will shoot you. When the time comes, you will take the gun back from them and you will have to do the reverse. Okay? Stop coming out and say they're going to kill you. When the time comes, it becomes too heat, you will do the reverse. But when you are many, and not just 3-5 people, and just say, Koiki, you too, you must stop. You are idiot. I'm just drinking tea here. I'm enjoying my life. Are you enjoying the same life? If you're enjoying the same life, then stay where you are. If you're not enjoying it, you come out and protest. So on Monday, people will be coming out. They're known as the concerned Nigerians. They're worried for the situation in Nigeria. Make sure you join them in Ibadan on Monday at 8 o'clock. Come with your placard. Come with everything. And if you see anywhere they are protesting, join them. Stop saying that you sit in the social media and be doing TikTok. TikTok is not going to give you a country. TikTok is making money out of many of us. And I stopped using TikTok because it's not a platform that I love the truth. Let's continue. Babangida time was the most corrupt in the history of Nigeria. With Babangida and his regime estimated, let's hear this, at least $12 billion. If you convert that to the dollar of today, that's about 23.9 billion. That is what Babangida stole out of Nigeria. Idiot. You come here now, you'll be talking to me and Igboho and the rest of the Yoruba campaigners and be pointing your finger. When Babangida took $12 billion out of Nigeria, do you know what I would have done in the 774 local government? Do you know what that would have done in the infrastructure? Rather, Babangida kept the money all over the world. That is why the West are not looking for him. He takes his medical treatment in Germany all the time. He will not die now, but he will never be able to stand with his feet for the rest. Even if they try everything on him, that leg will never stand again. Babangida, the regime, oversaw the establishment of the state security apparatus. He survived 2 coups d'etat himself, an attempt and the subsequent execution of Mama Basta in 1985 and Gideon Oka in 1991. He was a very intelligent man because Britain told him what he needs to do, and likewise other European countries. They were using Babangida to take out the crude oil, while they left him to do all kind of humanity that should not have happened. Genocide. A lot of things happened during the tenure of Babangida 8 years. But he told Abiola, go and contest. He knew that Abiola was never going to be the president because the United Nations Criminal Organization never wanted Abiola to be the president. Because they told Abiola to come and become, just like Kofi Annan, may God bless his soul, the United Nations Secretary General. Abiola said, no, I want to be the president of Nigeria. They said, you'll never be because you know too much. You're an accountant, you're part of the criminal, you're part of those that we should never allow to be the president. But Babangida told him to go and contest. We know the end result of what happened. Thank you so much as you continue to listen. I am talking about Babangida, the evil genius that killed Delegiwa in 1986. Delegiwa died with a letter bomb that was sent by Babangida in 1986 October. Delegiwa was investigating some crime that Babangida wife, I think Gideon Okole or something like that, taking cocaine from Nigeria to UK. And we know what happened after that. We'll come back to Delegiwa in a minute. I'm still talking about the evil criminal called Babangida that now wants to do a coup d'etat. So when Nigerians are talking about leadership, what we should be talking about is the dissolution of Nigeria, and it can be done through a roadmap, or it will be firepower to firepower. We might not have what it takes to fight the government, but we have what it takes to destroy it. The international community will run away, just like Simon Ekpa are doing right now. We will destroy everything that will not allow international community to remain in Nigeria. So if you're thinking that British that went to sign some new arrangement with Nigeria, it's because Britain, as I speak to you this morning, is currently in recession. So they need everything to keep Nigeria in operational mode. But we must force it to shut down. When you have a gas smelling in your house, you first shut it down before you find out where the gas is smelling from. Because it could be from the bedroom, it could be from the kitchen. Just first shut down it, and that way you save everything. Let's first shut down Nigeria before you start telling me other things that needs to be sorted out. Nobody can fix Nigeria. I cannot fix Nigeria. You cannot fix Nigeria. If you like set up many political parties, you can never fix Nigeria. Just like Atiku, another criminal. Atiku spend more time in Dubai, but like I said in the image that I showed you earlier, 83 million is a new Hindu temple. This is what Atiku should have built. It's calling it even the Muslim country that it lives. But yet, Atiku was only buying in the shopping mall and houses, just like I read from another brother on Twitter that Buhari's wife, Aisha, that one is just taking money and buying more houses. I'm still on Babangida, another evil genius. And stop telling us that Babangida said this about Yoruba people when they are fighting. I look on my window. He never said such. Idiot. Babangida never said anything. Give me where he said it exactly. It's just a hearsay. That is their parlor conversation. Babangida said that when they are fighting, I look on the window. I see that in Yoruba. When their fight starts, even Babangida himself will be taken into his underground base in North Hilltop. Criminal. $12 billion was stolen by Babangida in the convention of 23 billion. So when some of you are crying out that Tinubu is stealing money, I beg, shut up. Tinubu hasn't stolen much. Babangida stole so much. So let Tinubu steal the same amount. At least we know that maybe some few remnants will come to Yoruba land. So stop telling us that Tinubu is stealing money. Babangida stole $12 billion. And only God knows how much Buhari stole. Only God knows how much Jonathan stole. Yaradua. So Tinubu is just starting. Let him steal as much as well. All you will have common sense. So if you like, tweet, shout. That is not going to solve the problem. What we should be talking about the roadmap to dissolve the constitution, dissolve Nigeria, and go back our separate ways. And before I go further, let me quickly read some of what some, especially Yoruba people, they love when they see lies, because I read this from somebody, and I'm going to read it out now. Yoruba people love lies. The moment they see one small thing, they start circulating it. My program, they don't circulate it because I don't talk about Penis and Virginia. When I talk about those things, you'll be seeing amount of people sitting here to listen to me. So this was sent to me. This is the second person in this morning when I woke up. And it goes like this. State of the nation, breaking. I don't know where they come up with this, but remember that we are dealing with criminals. Criminals as Akpabio, criminals like Tinubu, criminals like any one of them. I'm not here to defend Tinubu. He's another criminal. He's a certificate forger. I do not align with him as a Yoruba man, but I will stand with him if he can break up Nigeria. But when we read this, do I trust the writer? No. We have seen too many write-up, too many PhD holder, idiots. Instead of us to come together and dissolve the unity, they will sit in their bedroom, craftily write things out. It could be a Yoruba man that wrote this, and they start circulating it to please Yoruba people. So let me read it, but let me first bring the final part of it. It is a down code. Thank you so much. I can cite you there, Yoruba Nation now. I love every single one of you. I might not agree with everything that the Igbos have done in the past, but like I always say, the foundation has always been faulty by the British evil genius. So let's leave Babangida alone first, and let's come to this article. I'm sure some of you will have come across it. If otherwise, this is how it goes. It says state of the nation breaking. I don't know what is breaking. Nigeria has always been breaking anyway. Nigeria restructuring bill concluded, ready for ratification. Below is the kit being flown by the federal government on restructuring. The same restructuring that we talked about that is not going to work. But when people read this kind of things, they feel comfortable. You start seeing all these criminal Yoruba media that Tinubu is funding to start telling you to push this message out. Nigerian Economy Restructuring Bill 2021. Number 1, Nigeria will be made up of 42 states with 7 per each of our constituent geopolitical zone. This shall be South-South, Bayelsa State, Yenogwa, Western Ijaw State, Patani, River State, Port Harcourt, Cross River State, Calabar, Akwa Ibom State, Uyo, Edo State, Benin, Delta State, Warri, the Northeast, Mambila State, Gashaka, Taraba State, Jalingo, Adamawa State, Yola, Borno State, Maiduguri, Yobe State, Damaturu, Bauchi State, Bauchi, Gombe State, Gombe, in the southeast, and Nioma State, Asaba, Orashi State, Omoku, Anambra State, Oka, Imo State, Owerri, Enugu State, Enugu, Abia State, Umuahia, Ebonyi State, Abakaliki, North Central, Abuja State, FCT, Burara State, Kafansha, Benue State, Makurdi, Plateau State, Jos, Nasarawa State, Lafia, Kogi State, Lokoja, Niger State, Minna, the Southwest, Kwara State, Ilorin, Oyo State, Ibadan, Ogun State, Abeokuta, Lagos State, Ikeja, Ondo State, Akure, Ekiti State, Ado-Ekiti, Osun, Osogbo, Northwest, Sokoto State, Sokoto, Kebbi State, Benue, Kebbi, Kaduna State, Kaduna, Katsina State, Katsina, Kano State, Kano, Jigawa, Doso, Zamfara State, Gwaso. Number 2, each state will be responsible for creating and funding its local government as it deems fit. Local government will be funded internally by charging of the local tax, which will be augmented by the state grant representing no more than 10% of TV. Number 3, over 35-year period, we gradually migrate back to the 1957-1958 revenue sharing formula agreed by our founding fathers at the Lancaster House Conference in London, which I have visited a few times, under which the federating unit will control all the resources within their domains and remit 50% to the center. Number 4, our federating unit will keep 50% of all the revenue that is generated, put a further 20% into the center pot called excess federation account, to which everyone can have access at the immediate arise. 10% will go into the geopolitical zone account, and the remaining 10% will go into the federation account used to run the federal government. Number 5, with regard to all other resources, we shall move towards this immediately, but in case of oil and gas, the move will have to be gradual due to how dependent we have become on these two resources. The gradual migration shall take place over the next 35 years in this manner: 2000, 13%, 2021, 18%, 2023, 20%, 2025, 25%, 2030, 30%, 2035, 35%, 2040, 40%, 2045, 45%, 2050, 50%. Number 6, every one of our 42 states will be set a target of generating at least $2 billion in export revenue. Any state government that attracts inward investment to the tune of $1 billion will get a corresponding grant from the federal government. Number 7, any state that fails to generate as much revenue as it spent from the 2 consecutive years as from 2020 will be subject to an immediate declaration of a state of emergency. It shall be administered centrally by the federal government unit. Its books are balanced. Number 8, every state must seek to generate at least 30% of its internal revenue from manufacturing and services, with migration away from primary product to value-added production. Number 9, every state is free to create more local government provided it meets the necessary criteria, which includes holding a referendum and the fact that the local government area is self-sustained. To be recognized as a local government area, basic facilities that must exist with their domain, including 20 primary schools, 5 secondary schools, a local government headquarters, at least 1 vocational training college, and at least 1 public health center. Number 10, all local and state government will, as a matter of course, award supply contract to companies that manufacture products within Nigeria. Only as a last resort with companies that manufacture products abroad will be granted. A new Nigeria is possible. You see all this crazy bastard that put all this kind of write-up and telling you lies. If you're one of those that believe this nonsense, okay? I know some of Nigerians are so happy when they read this kind of nonsense. Maybe I should remind you that we've gone past the stage of this. Let's listen to what my brother, my uncle, told us in 2017, Comrade George Akinola, when it comes to this criminal country everybody wants to save, by saying that we should try and now start thinking about having more states. Idawu, any affair, good morning to you, and good morning to many of you. Okay, it was Victoria Okoye drug case. Thank you so much. That was how Babangida killed Delegiwa. Maybe some of you that have listened to that nonsense that I've just read, it's been circulating. 3 people have sent it to me. No, 2 people, not 3. Just this morning, if you're trying to send that nonsense to me, keep it to yourself. I am not interested in any restructure of the shit old country called Nigeria where the center is still in the FCT or whatever, in Lagos, in Kaduna. What we want is a total exit, just as it was mentioned some years back from our comrade in this audio that you're going to listen to right now.
It's very clear. We made a declaration saying that it's too late for restructuring in Nigeria. You remember in 1962, there was a massive problem in Nigeria when Awolowo was arrested. Our people talked to us. There was crisis for over 4 years that led to the coup. There was a Yoruba meeting of elders called the Yoruba Leaders of Thought. We relented. The thing continued. Yoruba has continued to lose ground since that time. In 1993, there was the annulment of the June 12 election. Shiju Ade, the former Oni, spoke and said Yoruba should go ahead and contest an election. We did. It led to nothing. The same thing happened in 1988, just before we hand over to the democratic elected government. Yoruba did not want to go for anything like Nigeria again. But then, it failed. Look at where we are. Yoruba has been losing ground since 1914, and we are just tired. We are not for restructuring. It's too late for restructuring in Nigeria. It's too late for sovereign national conference. It's too late for resource control. What we want now is Oduduwa Republic. And we are very categorical about that. We have made that very clear. We have made declarations, and we are very serious about our demands. Every region is just going to its own thing. Yoruba wants to be on its own. Because the problem that Yoruba has is Nigeria. Nigeria is the problem, is the impediment to Yoruba development. It's the impediment to Yoruba development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1960, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
Wow, that was Comrade George Akinola saying it clearly without mixing words. So if anybody is thinking that, this nonsense that they're putting around this morning, saying that they want to restructure Nigeria, every one of them are crazy. I think I should maybe bring my, my political, my uncle, my brother, a father that told me through his own spiritual being, Thank you so much, Yemi Fatoke, my uncle. You always send money for me from Nigeria. I don't know how you make it, but in the last 3 years, you are not in UK, you are not in Canada, but you have continuously given us your small, big donation that has been consistent. And I can tell you that yourself, and I think 1 or 2 people, I think you sent something, and also somebody sent something as well. I'm just still communicating behind the scene with my team because, like I said, one of them is traveling. There was another 2,000 naira. It's a big money. When I get those kind of money, I know that these are loyal people, and likewise somebody that also sent some small donation as well. Some of you don't want me to mention your name, but we are grateful. Please, I need to get a vehicle for 18 passengers. It's going to cost me 200,000 naira. We have not get those vehicles. I requested if anybody has a vehicle that we can use to travel. I've seen your contribution, and I've also seen your message on WhatsApp. Thank you so much. We have done 2 hours, 20 minutes. Thank you so much to Shegun Ono, my very big Egbon. You are very consistent. I love you so much. I know it's not easy for everybody, but when people say that we are sick, we donate money to them. This media is not sick. It just needs to be funded so that we can continue to do the great work we are doing. Let me see if I can get through to Bishop Additional to just speak to us from his base if he's available this morning. This program will end before 3 hours. Shout out to every single one of you. Bishop, if you're there, pick up. Let me just hear why we think Babangida, the evil genius, wants to overthrow Tinubu. Not that we love Tinubu, but we're not going to sit back and allow Babangida to be throwing Catalan or whatever nonsense from me now. So Bishop, I'm going to give you 20 minutes. You have your 20 minutes now. After 20 minutes, I will interrupt you. You will not be able to continue. Bear with me, but I will allow you to go through now. You have 20 minutes. You've done 17 seconds already. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Nigeria is failing, and Nigeria will finally fail. Nigeria is like a rolling fan that is out of power. So it will still be rolling, but the electricity is no more inside. And as it's rolling,
okay, bear with us. I think it's back. Yeah.
Hello?
Go ahead. We can hear you, Bishop.
So as it's rolling, is winding down. So that is what is happening to Nigeria now. Nigeria is winding down. It's winding down. Now, what people don't understand is that, because we've been using physical, economical, and every aspect to talk to people, at least maybe they don't understand. But from the spiritual perspective this morning, which is the truth, so that people will know that Nigeria is finished and you don't depend on it anymore. It's winding down until it finally collapses, so that it won't collapse on all your investment, it won't collapse on all your assets and your livelihood. So you won't finish with Nigeria. Now, there is a story in the Bible when God wants to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, when you look at that place in Genesis, Abraham was sitting in front of his house. The Bible said he saw three men passing.
Okay, it looks like we're having some network from Bishop, and hopefully it's going to come back. Let's bear with him.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're back again.
Can you hear me now?
Go ahead.
So I can hear you.
Go ahead,
Can
sir.
you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Now, this hospitality he did helped him to realize that these three men he actually takes care of are not human beings. Àwọn alálẹ̀ ni wọ́n kọjá lọ. 3 men, 2 angels and 1 the Lord himself. And they were going to Sodom and Gomorrah to destroy it. One of the statements he made while they were going is that report has been coming up from angels to heaven. Àwọn alálẹ̀ ti ń gbé report lọ sókè ọ̀run nípa nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní òde ayé nílùú yẹn, about the terrible behavior, terrible governance, terrible deeds. Now, ó ní pé the Lord decided to come down by himself to witness and confirm it before he gave the verdict. That is the way God behaves. So when he actually came down and Abraham saw and entertained them and all that, that's when he began to talk with Abraham. That's when Abraham knew that they are not human beings. And Abraham began to negotiate. His brother-in-law is in Sodom, that is Lot. He began to negotiate till 2 people àwọn alálẹ̀ méjì yẹn, the Bible says in the next chapter, and 2 angels arrived to Sodom. And to confirm their evil deed, those people in that place attacked those 2 strangers. Homosexual no ṣe nípa ẹ̀ tó pọ̀ jù, they want to have sex with them. And that triggers the destruction that actually came upon them. They actually help out Lot to move out of that city. Then meteorite rain on them. Till today, that place is in border between Israel and Jordan. That is where Israel mines sulfur today. Gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó ti gbé bẹ́ẹ̀ rí wọ́n di sùúrì sulfur salt. Ìyàwó Lọ́ọ̀tì gan tó bojú wẹ̀yìn tó rí bí iná yẹn tí iná yẹn ó sọ di sulfur, she died. The Bible says ó di ọ̀wọ́n iyọ̀, that sulfur. Now, what I'm trying to say is that Nigeria ìlú apànìyàn ni. Nigeria has been killing a lot of people, great men. You talk about Koiki, you talk about Deligiwa.
Yes.
You talk about even Baba Awolowo. It's Nigeria that killed that man because of the pressure, the attack, the thing orchestrated on him. He was arrested and put in prison unjustly because he's taking care of his own people. Using the resources of his own people to take care of his own people, and you are upset with that. Why? Why can't you do the same? Why can't you replicate the same in your own place? Hatred, evil, killing people. So, all these things, àwọn alálẹ̀ tí ń gbé lọ sí òde ọ̀run lọ report ìlú tó ń ta ẹ̀jẹ̀ ènìyàn sílẹ̀. Now, for God to give his final verdict, a curse or a judgment on Nigeria, he has to come down by himself. 2020 was a special year in the whole world. That is the year COVID-19. The whole world, nobody moved for 3 months. It's a special year, and one lalẹ̀ sọ̀kalẹ̀. So it must create some vacuum. Those are the things people don't understand when spiritual are working. They control the physical. Things will happen that will give them way to go. 3 good months all over the world, everywhere was shut down. Nítorí pé àwọn agbára tó ju ayé lọ sọ̀kalẹ̀ sínú ayé. Then, when it's time to investigate Nigeria, the Lord was in Nigeria investigating. And as at that 2020, àwọn alálẹ̀ ru àwọn ọ̀dọ́ sókè. What were they saying? EndSARS, don't kill us again. You are using the police SARS to kill the people. Don't kill us again. And to confirm the evil that Nigeria government has been doing, the Nigeria government under Nigerian military that's supposed to defend and protect the people, to kill their own youth, their own people, children. And these youth were holding Nigerian flags, were singing Nigerian national anthem, and yet Nigeria shot at them and to them. That confirmed what God has been receiving report about, and that's the final verdict. God has caused Nigeria. That is the year Nigeria finish. In the presence of God, Nigeria doesn't exist again in the column and the presence of God. So Nigeria is just winding down on head. Gbogbo tí Nigeria bá ń ṣe pátápátá òdì ló máa bọ́ sí. Koiki.
Yes.
That match tó bá last year, tó bá in Côte d'Ivoire.
The AFCON.
It is Nigeria, that AFCON, it is Nigeria that's supposed to win that cup and bring it. But because Nigeria is judged by God. It's cursed. Blessing cannot come there. Àwọn alálẹ̀ láti dìde wípé kété ìwọ̀. And that is the reason they revert the blessing. Ìlú tó gbò sí wá gbà. It surprised the AFCON chairman himself. Àti FIFA chairman tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀, they were all surprised that Nigeria could not take it. Even Nigerian players, the Nigerian players themselves were surprised at what happened. It's beyond them. It's beyond them. It's because the country is no more in existence. And until you cannot work for something that has been crushed or that has been it's not in God, it's not in existence before God again. Something that has died, you cannot be working for it. Tinubu kò jẹ́ adédìlápá ènìyàn ní Nàìjíríà. We supposed to be negotiating the solution of Nigeria by now. Region yẹ kó máa negotiate by where is our border, where is Akitu yẹ kó máa ṣe now. Tinubu kò jẹ́ adédìlápá ènìyàn ní that want to wake up in dead Nigeria is dead. Nigeria is dead. Nigeria is winding down. That is a reason why. That's why the economy is going down. You see, Naira will continue to be falling. Let them go and borrow the money of the whole world. To pushing Naira, Naira will keep on falling against dollar because the country is dead. You cannot be spending a dead currency. That's why we open Yoruba for you. See Yoruba that we open. See Yoruba that we open. Within 9 months, I mean whatever now, from 10,000 Ruba is now 21,000 Naira to 1 Ruba. That is a country that is still preparing to come alive. The money is appreciating. Because as Naira is falling to dollar, is times 12 to Ruba. Ruba keeps appreciating. Yes. See what is happening. Nigeria is winding down. Now stop planning your effort and your energy to build it, to help it. Look at cement. Just December is 4,005. Cement is 10,000 this morning. 10,000 Naira this morning. The money that you used to buy 10 bags of cement, you now use it to buy 4. That is the way Nigeria will continue to go down. You can't build it. That's why I know me, I want to come party with all so good. If you power, who gone lay. It is not Tinubu that it is not Tinubu. Tinubu is just stubborn. It's supposed not to go there. It has been destroyed. It's a cost and a cost nation. You have to pull yourself. That's why Babangida and all of that. We rise up to pull Yoruba out. Yoruba have to pull themselves out. So the more that you say that you want to stick to Nigeria, you will suffer like those children that was killed in 2020. You will suffer like those children that was murdered. You will suffer like them. Because it is a crime against humanity. It is sacrilege. God witnessed it. I said, that is it. That's what I needed. The final verdict. Nigeria is finished. Is cursed. So whatever God is cursed cannot be blessed. No blessing will come there. That's why the blessing that God even put there is going down. It's becoming a curse. Look at the good joy that God gives them. That's supposed to be a blessing. It's a curse to them. You cannot stay with Nigeria. Stop associating with Nigeria. I'm not a Nigerian. I'm a Yoruba from a Yoruba nation, and that's why I'm waiting on the meeting outcome. Yoruba passport will need to come out this year. Whatever they need to do it. Whoever will take it will begin to take it. And it's not necessarily that the whole world start accepting. Once you start using it, they will be seeing it. Those who accept will start accepting it. That's how people will start knowing us. And we will be knowing who is our friend too, who accepts us. You cannot be saying you want a Yoruba nation and keep quiet and sit down someplace and be shouting your Yoruba nation doing nothing. You take steps. You take steps. I have friends in many places in the US and Germany and Canada who have leg in the United Nations. But sometimes what they say is that why you people just say we want to. They say just go ahead and do it. Who is holding you? That's what they say. Go ahead and do it. Sometimes some of them feel sympathize for us. They look at us. They sympathize for other Africans. They sympathize for us. And some of the elite take advantage of that. They take advantage of that and when they are in so stop your Nigerianness. Stop your efforts to build Nigeria. Nigeria is cursed and is winding down. If you say you adhere to Nigeria, you want to build Nigeria, you want to labor for Nigeria, you will die like those innocent youths that Nigeria murdered on the 20th of October 2020. That is the verdict. Nigeria is not in existence again in the presence of God. So that's the only thing that I can tell people.
Bishop, thank you so much.
All this economic analysis we've been saying, maybe we are speaking big grammar. But this is spiritual aspect now. I think we are so religious. That can minister to us. Thank you, Koiki.
Thank you so much. I was going to ask you, because you have not done 20 minutes, and I was just going to ask you one question. I listened to Prophet Nasiru. Prophet Nasiru says he saw from the spiritual realm the two flags, Nigerian flag. One was dripping with blood. One was something, I can't remember what he said, but he says that there is no rectification or anything that the country is going to dissolve, is going to break. But he's also talking about that Toba Ronupiwata. Can you confirm that?
Or something. Only by shaking it. Kò sí ìrònú tọ́lọ́run bá ti dáyàn lẹ́jọ́. Ó ti gba bá dé tiẹ̀ nìyẹn. Ìrònú pé padà wà ká ní Ọlọ́run ìdá ẹlẹ́jọ́ tí wọ́n ṣe mú rìpọ́ọ̀tù wá pé òun ṣe báyìí, òun ṣe báyìí, òun ṣe báyìí, òun ṣe báyìí. Ogoda. You can change. And when you change, you are free. God, you are forgiven because God expects you to change. But if your evil has gone to the point that God has witnessed it and has given verdict, you are judged. There is no repentance for that. Now, and apart from all that is this, if you commit any evil and ìdájọ́ ò tí ì dé bá ẹ, ronúpìwàdà. That doesn't even say that you will not suffer the evil that you have done. You will say, yeah, there is consequence for the evil. Paul Apostle, criticize, did you go see àwọn ọmọ lẹ́yìn Kristi? Because ó jà ignorantly. And gbogbo nǹkan tó ń jà fún is that àwọn àṣírí nǹkan ìpínlẹ̀ wọn. Àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn Jésù wọ́n gbé openly fáwọn èèyàn káwọn èèyàn máa ní knowledge káàkiri. So that's what he's fighting against. Wípé nǹkan táwọn bàbá wọn keep secret tó ṣe láwo ẹ̀yìn wá tú síta fáwọn ọ̀gbẹ̀rì everywhere in the world káwọn èèyàn lè ní ìmọ̀. So he was fighting against them. Àwọn ọmọ ìyá wọn náà ni they are the same Jewish people who are more native. So he was fighting against it. And in so doing that, he did a lot of evil atrocity. He doesn't mind killing any his brothers and all that. But nígbà tó ní personal encounter pẹ̀lú alálẹ̀ gangan tó fara hàn wípé èmi ló ń bájà. He changed, he repented, and he himself began to do the same thing. Ṣé ìdáríjì wà fún ọ̀rá yìí? Àní Ọlọ́run bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ràn lọ́wọ́. But nǹkan tó ṣe fáwọn ènìyàn àwọn yẹn pátá yẹn làwọn míì náà wá ṣe fóun náà. Wọ́n ṣe fóun náà. Ó pàṣẹ káwọn agbèrò kan na àwọn èèyàn pẹ̀lú gbogbo ní ọjà. Wọ́n na òun náà ní gbogbo lọ́jà. Ó pàṣẹ kó bọ́ wọn sí wọ́n bọ́ òun náà sí òwò. Ìdíje lọ́dọ̀ sí nǹkan tó lọ́kọ̀ ṣe ni pé kùkú sí wọn lọ́wọ́. But at the end, nígbà tó náà fẹ́ kú ẹ̀wọ̀n ló kú sí.
Bishop.
Something like that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
20 minutes was very mean repentance.
Forgiveness doesn't mean you won't have consequence.
Consequence. All right.
When you repent, you forgive it. But that doesn't mean you won't have consequence of your sin.
All right. Thank you so much.
When God judge you, no repentance for judgment. So face your disease quality.
Thank you. Well, that was a bishop. I love to hear from him. We didn't promote anything because most people have a different mindset. But we appreciate, we love Bishop. And if you want to open your Yoruba account, please reach out. I will connect you with Bishop Additional. Moki Mugbomo Yoruba. This is how I'm going to be winding down. I can see that my children are already up. And that is not the reason. We've done 2 hours, 42 minutes. That is more than enough to deliver the message. If I have more strength, I will come back out again later in the evening. I can come out at any time. My team can come out at any time. Koikimedia is a 24 hours transmission platform. Moki Bugwa Babami Waris Jinadu said the biggest mistake we're still doing right now is sharing the same currency with this evil government. We pray that Tinubu will have it in his heart, not just anything to release Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the IPOB, and also so that he can go outside and take a proper medical treatment. Tinubu, you want a long back treatment later. You are also going to France for your own medical treatment because if you don't go, you're likely to die. So don't allow Nnamdi Kanu's health to continue to deteriorate right inside the custody of the DSS. Let him go to also receive treatment in whatever countries you feel comfortable with. Because you also just came back from France. Don't tell me you went on a private visit. You went back to recruit your body, to put injection, whatever they need to do, so that you can last for another 6-7 months, just like Buhari was doing. So stop all this nonsense. Let them come and treat Nnamdi Kanu inside the DSS custody there. It needs to be out to be given a full treatment. We are with Nnamdi Kanu. We love him so much. But again, let us also remember that he needs our prayer just as we have prayed for Igboho as well. These are the two most iconic individuals today. Daniel Oyede, thank you so much. As we wind down, if you're new to this platform, share the program, invite your friends. Sorry, I couldn't bring anybody in from the Twitter space. There's no calling program today. We do presentations sometimes without such. I do speak English because I want my Biafra to follow, but sometimes I do direct Yoruba because I don't want them to know what I'm talking about. We might not like each other, but we are fighting the same cause. We are not going to be running the same government. They will have their own government. We will have our own government. Look, UK is smart. They took themselves out of EU, but they are still negotiating through the back door with the Republic of Ireland. So we can dissolve Nigeria, we can amalgamate Nigeria, and we can still have unity along the line. Abami Kunle Shita says, think Yoruba first. So the last few minutes, because I don't want the program to get out to 3 hours, so we're 2 hours 44 minutes. This is the time that you comment, and I'll pick your comment. If you don't comment, that means I don't know you're there. Triple DRS, most of the I've been focused on the Koikimedia, but I didn't realize that I have the. Now, my old Segwano, you sent money to my account. I didn't even know that you gave me super chat. Now that everything seems to be synchronized, I think I must have one phone now to be monitoring my YouTube channel from the backup channel. I hope everybody's enjoying the program. Please, maybe I should take the feedback for the next 5 minutes. Let me first appreciate Segwano. You gave a super chat. You also sent me an account. You sent money to my account. I just saw that now. And I'm thinking, okay, I didn't know you were in the program. Thank you so much. You also went to say, to comment, Koikimedia. About the Manchester, Larry Lamina. I haven't seen your hand. What's going on? Share it by salary. Mr. Maradona of the Zoo Country. Yemi Fatoke, I've seen your donation. Egbomi Triple DRS6. All we want is a total separation. Keep the comment coming. This is the time to put your comment in before I go. Koya Folayan, Eban Kibuba, group member. A screenshot to be by Kesokwe Ki won lórí ètò ti Koikimedia. bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Pé bàbá lóyè Ìgbòho ní máa kí wọn nínú ẹgbẹ́ yín níbẹ̀. Mo kí àwọn Hausa, mo kí àwọn Northerners, mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Thank you so much to our Biafra that have stood with us this morning on the Twitter space. I have 34,000 followers. I can tell you half of them are Biafrans. They do criticize me, especially sometimes they are not comfortable that we are not doing much. But like I always say, we are running different parallel movements, but we must be together. Bamidele Aliu say, I have enjoyed the program this morning. And Waris Jinadu, my brother, if you're watching me, once again, easy, happy birthday to you. This is officially for you to say, I love you, my brother. You have stood not just with me, you have stood with the family, and so many of you. Yalaje Olorieko, Mrs. Janet Fashaki told us to go and start farming. Don't allow what we did or what we did not do when we decided not to take food to the north or the southeast. Remember that story they'll tell you. The north wants to use the food to kill us during the war that they want to fight us. That is why Babangida wants to overthrow Tinubu's government. Eloma Dauko, within the little that you can do. You don't need a big farm. Do the little for your family. The way do look, if I have the means, Silver Badmos aside to thank you so much. If I have the means behind my house, I don't live in a farm. I live in the upstairs. If I have the means, I'll be planting something. And that is the reason why, we want to come back home. But we can't come back home when we are stuck in Nigeria. Olatunji Nuruddin Akorede, those of you that are watching me on Yoruba Nation Abuja TV, thank you so much. They've given me their platform to stream to it, and also Thomas as well, and the rest of those other platforms that we're streaming. And on that note, it is still a peaceful movement. We've never killed anybody. We don't plan to kill anybody. We are the ones that are being killed, ransom being paid, and sometimes we have lost innocent people. Up to January, up to today, up to tomorrow, people are still being killed that are innocent. Poverty is killing many people. We've all seen those videos. People are crying out, Tinubu, please, we are begging you, release money for the people right now so that they can be able to feed. We cannot sponsor everybody back home. The diaspora are getting weak. We are getting tired. Please release that money. Don't release money. $24 billion. I'm sorry, not $billion. I'll take that back. 24 billion naira from what I'm told has been released for people going to Mecca. I mean, look, please, why is the government supporting and sponsoring people to go to Mecca? I am a Muslim. I do not buy that nonsense. I do not accept such to be happening. This is the reason why we need to break away from Nigeria. When people make their money, I don't think the British government is doing that. Why do we have to sponsor people to go to Mecca? Why do we have to sponsor people to go to Saudi Arabia? All this nonsense cannot continue. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a very good afternoon, wherever you are around the world. Remember that this is my platform, but it is also yours. If you have anything that you want to say, even if I don't feel comfortable with it, send me an email. Presently, I'm having issues, not for anything. I just have to pay money to get my email for my business back. The info at Koikimedia. I have to pay Microsoft. All these things are not free. I have to be paying money every day. Every time I open my account, sometimes it bounces back because there's no money there. We're not making any money. I'm not joking. And that is why we continue have to come out to say, support us, so that we can be able to have this money. This little thing shouldn't be coming up. But again, when we don't have, I cannot support anybody. If the man said, message, say, Mr. Koiki, they're going to go, give us money. I don't have it. I need to also be able to take care of the team first. As I speak right now, my team is in Glow, trying to buy. I just sent the money this morning. They've just given me the number now. The Wi-Fi SIM number is, I can't give you that. This is 8:53 a.m. They've just gone to buy the Glow, that we're going to use in the Glow. I have to still top up all their phones so that we have enough. 8,500 is going to give us 75 gig. It's not even enough for the day, because you know how the Koikimedia team are streaming. One was complaining yesterday about his mobile phone. It says, Mr. Koiki, look, I'm getting frustrated, but I'm trying my best with the little resources that I have. So we hope that you will continue to support this platform so that we can grow together. In a platform, if you have anything that you want to say, go on my website where you can stop sending me, I have a question. Just put the question there. When people go on our website, they'll still sending me a message and say, Mr. Koiki, I have a question. I don't understand. What do you mean by that? Just put the question there. I know some of you are quietly watching. You don't want to comment. I am not here to criticize any Yoruba that support Tinubu. We are all together. We don't just accept Tinubu to be telling us to remain in one Nigeria. If he needs to break up Nigeria, let him do that straight away. Those of you on the Mix here live this morning, thank you so much, Akin Games. Ogumola said, Bishop is nailing it. Nigeria is winding down. Nothing can stop the Titanic from coming back. Or is, the government back to the farm and agriculture symbol will also be added to the Yoruba national flag as a symbol of empowerment. And on that note, I will leave you all to say good morning. Enjoy the rest of the day. We are not against Islam. We are not against Christian. We are not against our traditionalists. Mori Ududua Leni Aroli Ududua Mokioba Adeyeye Ogunwusi Ojaja II. I open my cup. Gbogbo àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá mo kí yín o. Mo kí olóyè ọmọ Dr. Adeyemo, mo kí bàbá wa Iba Gani Adams lógun ọ̀fẹ́ o. And on that, hey, Young Can Global, thank you so much for the great work you're doing. Mo kí gbogbo yín o, mo kí gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ náà, even the Pastor League as well. We should shout out to everyone. This is the platform that is owned by the Yoruba people. We don't charge people when you want to do a program. Let us know. We can do it for you. We can send our team. That is what we are doing this morning. My team is traveling ahead because we want to go and represent another Yoruba person tomorrow where she will be doing some kind of event. So they're traveling ahead of the time. So we need vehicles. We need Okada. If you can drive for us, I will take it. You don't have to give me the money because it will make my job very easy. And on that note, my name is OLAYOMI Koiki. I hope you've all enjoyed the presentation this morning. If you have anything that you all know my number. It is there, +44 74 044 05917. If I don't reply back, máa rántí pé Àrólé Odùduwà oníjọ̀gbọ̀n bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi àtàtà ó ti lọ fàṣẹ ó dẹ̀ láti lọ fàṣẹ gbọ́dọ̀ fàbùrú ẹ̀ lówó kò dẹ̀ tí kò mí lówó lẹ́njọ́ mẹ́ta. Peter Ọládélé mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Ìyá mi Comfort Ológunjà anytime tí bá ti ń bínú lọ títí báyìí tí ìyá yẹn bá ti kọ́mẹ́ǹtì báyìí ara mi á dẹ̀ wálẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ owó ẹ̀yìn ìyá wa. I might not be a perfect human being, but we are fighting a movement that everything has to go inside. I still stand that we will fight to get out of Nigeria. And if we are not going to fight, Tinubu should just do the needful. Just let everybody go their separate ways. The structuring is still late. And on that note, Odabo, Yoruba Nation, we stand. If I didn't mention your name, Honorable Adeniyi, thank you so much. And the rest of anyone that is quietly listening around the world. Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Bye for now.